The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get Chelsea.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party. The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get Chelsea.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party. The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get Chelsea.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
Hello, welcome,
All
welcome.
right.
Happy Monday. Not to say happy Friday, happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful start to the week. Hope everyone had a wonderful and rested weekend for those who didn't have to work. And thank you so much for tuning in so early. As you know, today is D-Day number 1, because this is just the beginning. So time come, D-Day number 1. So we know there are a lot of persons who have gone out to vote. Somebody has confirmed their vote already this morning. Way to go.
Right.
So we know that a lot of persons will be out voting, and that is a good thing. We just want to say, make sure that no matter how they try to frustrate you guys, just stand firm and make sure that you get to exercise your constitutional rights and to vote, right? So I'm just going to welcome those in television land. Also, those of our silent supporters, welcome, and welcome to everyone in the chat. Let me remember, guys, when you come in, like up the live, share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. It will be greatly appreciated. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. So welcome. Michibu was here earlier. Truck Life, bless up. Muriel says she's at work, but we'll try to tune in if she gets a chance. Anthony R, welcome. Sonia Foster, Lorado, Patrick, Westmoreland in the house. Welcome,
Blessings.
welcome. Doing angling. Sassy Sass, Abina, Sarkodi, welcome. Cynthia B saying happy Monday, Megawatt Volt. Welcome, Ian Johnson. And wife, you want to say good morning. We're here, man. Arlene, bless up, welcome, welcome. Sonia Ellis, morning. Earl Grant. Okay. Marisol Muriel is tuned in. Keith Salmon, welcome, welcome. Bros, welcome. Glad Festion leaving soon from a polling station. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Very good.
Ready to go. Woman of Worth, welcome, welcome. Joan Brown, Patricia Robinson, Debbie Jervis, blessed up, welcome. Patricia Robinson, welcome. Andrea Hunt, welcome. Blessed up to everyone. I'm just gonna hand over to Baron, and he will take you into the discussion. And Naples in the Donna Dennis, welcome, welcome. Saying Naples in the building.
All right.
So I'm just gonna hand over to Baron and do some housekeeping.
All right. Thank you for that, honey. I want to say thanks to all the solid supporters who have come out and supporting us this morning. Our reason for being here is to help at least for the final D-Day moment, right? To help some persons, right, towards voting, right, as it relates to a better future, right? Even on this day, people will be on the borderline. So we are going to just try to, deal with policies as it relates to what the People's National Party stand for, right? So our main objective, right, is go on our policies mandate for the People's National Party, right? The history of democratic socialism, right? And show the gross contrast, right? The huge difference between the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party, and why it is important, right, for us, right, to travel towards democratic socialism as we talk about the spreading of wealth, equal opportunity, Jamaican, equal opportunity for all Jamaicans, right? Not the capitalistic idea that only few, right, can be enriched and only few persons getting the opportunity. With a democratic socialism, right, we have, right, the principle built on every single person has an equal opportunity. And so then let me start out with Ripe Mango clip, because there are some people who did not get to cast their vote, right, as it relates to the police and some other police soldiers, right, and independent one-day workers, right, who didn't get to cast their vote. Well, Mark Golden had hurried through a process, right? So I want to remind those people who did not get to vote, right, to follow this instruction that I'm going to send out now, right? So then that means you have, the right to exercise your vote who didn't get a chance to vote. So I'm not going to even delay. That is the first clip that I'm sending out right now. So time come. Right. Come on, Amanda.
Dear Jamaicans, I have some very good news, and I'm so excited that I couldn't even wait to tell you now. Now, remember, say, yesterday, Election Day workers and security forces were supposed to vote, but a lot of you were disenfranchised for one reason or other, who never get ballot box paper, them name never dep on the list, etc. Well, I have excellent news. The People's National Party, through their members on the ECJ, that's the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, have lobbied for you to be able to vote on the regular election day. Yes, you will now be able to vote on Monday, February 26th, with the rest of the people who are supposed to vote on that. So if you are a soldier, a police, a one-day police, or another election day worker like a presiding officer or a polling clerk, and for some reason or other, you never get to vote, either you never get your ballot box paper or your name never depends on some list, Monday, go bright and early to your polling station and go vote. First thing you need to do before you do that is go on the EOJ website and check. There is a query site. I am going to put it in this post. There is a query site. Go on it, put in your name, make sure your name spelled properly with your date of birth, and check where you are supposed to vote. So let me tell you something. You see, you don't have no excuse not to vote. You see how hard PNP fight for you to have the opportunity to vote, because these people are trying to suppress your votes. Their tactic is intimidation and voter suppression. You see how hard PNP working for you to get the right to vote, that you are not disenfranchised. So therefore, do the right thing. Go and vote. On Monday, February 26th, go to your polling station and vote. Put the X squarely beside the head. Remember how hard PNP is fighting for you to go and vote. Go and go vote, people. Go and go vote. I thank you. Have yourself a great day. Magan.
All right. So people, make sure for those who did not vote, right? Remember now, and that is one of the reasons why I played the clip, to give you the information, right? To make sure that you follow the instruction and go and vote, right? Because we need every single vote, right? Now, what I've realized, right, and I'm going to address Mr. Bruce Golden, because, you know, I mean, everyone have their right to, you know, as it relates to their party choice. Nothing wrong with that. But, right, in terms of Bruce Golden coming out and influencing persons to vote, you know, for JLP, right, and not speaking in tandem in terms of, right, how faulty this government is. So I'm just going to make you hear Bruce Golden making his last plea, right, for persons to go towards JLP, to vote for JLP. And people, right, this morning, right, we are definitely going to take on the warfare as it relates to policies, issues, and what the People's National Party had accomplished over the years. Meanwhile, you're on the journey in voting. I want to remind you the so many achievements that the People's National Party have done. So many achievements. Now, when it comes to corruption, I also want to remind you that from 1954, the Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament have been going to prison as it relates to involved in our treasury, stealing our money and enriching themselves. We don't have in history one People's National Party members of parliament, you understand, that had ever gone through the judiciary and found guilty. It never happened. We realized that the propaganda being spreading, right, is not going to work. And many of the propaganda that they had spread, right, they couldn't able to put it through the court system, people. So I'm talking to the voters this morning. I want you to listen to me while you're traveling. You're in the car traveling to vote. You are at work, right? And, you know, you need something to just fully make up your mind. Please, I want you to listen to me. These are things that you need to take in consideration. One, the achievement of the People's National Party over the years. I'm going to show you the lovely achievement and why the reason, hundreds of reasons why you need to vote for PNP this morning, right? And hundreds of reasons why you don't need to vote for Jamaica Labour Party. It's a night and day. You understand? We are talking about corruption on the left, and we are talking about honesty and integrity. And honesty and integrity must be on the ballot this morning. Jamaican people, I want you to listen to me. I am pleading to you all that honesty and integrity, right, must be on the ballot. Now, here they are, rolling out to the polls, convincing people, telling people to vote for them, and yet we have not known the illicit six, right? We have not known the illicit six, people. And so then you see the clear sight of suppression from the Jamaica Labour Party. So let me ask Jamaican people, those who are going out now to vote, are you going to support a slackness like this? Illicit six that we have not heard about, right? A vote in support of any local government candidate representing the Jamaica Labour Party is to say yes to the corruption. Now, a vote for the People's National Party is to say that time comes and we need checks and balance. We need honesty and integrity. Now we have seen where the Cornwall Regional Hospital has, escalated, starting out at $4 billion. Now we have seen $21 billion. What do you think, people? The illegal contracts, right, going contrary towards procurement rules and giving corrupted contractors their friends, and where some of the members of parliament set up companies, right? So then, let me take on Bruce Golding. I am going to play, and you listen to Bruce Golding, and we are going to correct Bruce Golding behavior. Without any further ado, let us play this. This morning is Judgment Morning. This morning is D-Day, and I want people to listen to me while on the road to vote.
Prime responsibility of every politician, the number one job of every politician is to serve people, to represent their interests and to see as far as possible how their needs can be addressed. That is true of all politicians, whether at the parliamentary level or at the local government level. But it is particularly important at the local government level, because it is at that level that the services that are so critical, so important to people's daily lives are dealt with. So whether it is your roads, your drains, your minor water supplies, the condition of your markets, your street lights, those are matters that are dealt with by your parish councillor. Not so much by your member of parliament, but by your parish councillor through the municipal corporation and through the effectiveness of his representation at the municipal corporation. And that's why it's so important for you to pay serious attention to the local government election that will be held on February 26th. And that is why it's so important for you to make sure you choose the right candidate in that election. I'm here to endorse and to encourage support for council.
Okay, let us just remove him right away. And let us show, we are going to take what Bruce Golding said, right? That the local government councillors, right, need to represent the community well. Jamaican people, for persons who are on their way to vote, right, knowing that I just played the clip as it relates to what Bruce Golding said, I want you to make up your mind. I am going to show you how Jamaica Labour Party is representing us in the community. And I am going to show you as it relates to what Bruce Golding just said, right? That these councillors need to represent us in terms of fixing the road, cleaning the drains, and so forth. So I want you to look at these following clips as it relates to what Bruce Golding just said. So number one, evidence as it relates to how Jamaica Labour Party is performing. How Jamaica Labour Party is performing as it relates to the representation of the Jamaican people. Clip number one.
Okay.
All right. Can you print me on these?
Okay.
Yeah, let's print me on them.
An environmental crisis. It's how many experts in the field describe the poor garbage disposal practices of many Jamaicans. And the evidence is everywhere. Along the country's coastline, on sidewalks, people throwing garbage out of their vehicles, and in gullies. Are these habits hard to break? Are the authorities doing enough? I'm Janella Precious, and we explore these issues and much more in Waste.
Jamaica, island paradise, majestic mountains, sandy beaches, beautiful sunshine, warm and friendly people, a population that's grown steadily over the years, and a growing appetite for goods which, after use, need to be disposed of. Under the Solid Waste Act, the National Solid Waste Management Authority NSWMA is responsible for collecting garbage, and that means more than collecting, sorting, storing, transporting, transferring, treating, and disposing of solid waste. But for many years now, the agency has not been able to meet the growing demand to collect as much waste as citizens put out. Garbage is not being collected as often as it should because the agency just doesn't have enough vehicles, and those in its fleet are worn.
And there's no doubt, we have an aged fleet, and so we have frequent breakdowns. And the way we work our trucks, they work round the clock. I mean, the garbage collection business is a round the clock business. And so the fleet we have now, woefully inadequate. But what I will say, that if we had in place a more efficient way of collecting our garbage, those trucks probably wouldn't have suffered or deteriorated the way they deteriorate, at the rate at which they deteriorate. So, yes, we are challenged in terms of resource, but we keep going.
With the garbage collection agency struggling, Jamaicans have taken matters into their own hands, and not with good results.
Not just for the NSWMA, but for all social services, the ambulance, the fire, the police. You just can't get because they are not designed.
Sometimes, the only thing more difficult than running a business is finding
with this sort of road space. Some of them have no roads at all. You go through walkways, zinc, whatever. So we have in the past installed skips or drums near the entrance of these communities. But by the very construct of these communities, it's not possible to do the sort of clinical collection that you would like going through to pick up the garbage.
This practice of dumping waste into gullies has had a devastating effect on the environment, especially the air we breathe and the water we drink. They should be waterways, but gullies have become dumping grounds, and there's no limit to what citizens will dump into them. Diana Macaulay is the head of the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET.
We have a very serious problem with solid waste management in Jamaica, and it's very visible. Everywhere you go, you can see the way people carelessly discard their waste, or the infrastructure, so the bins, the skips, the things to hold garbage until it can be collected, they're inadequate. Collection is not frequent enough. People are using the gullies as garbage dumps. So we have a big problem, and the reason why that's serious is because garbage thrown everywhere is a public health threat. It attracts flies, it attracts mosquitoes, it attracts rats. So, and it's a very unhealthy environment to live in with garbage everywhere.
But we also have persons who throw garbage such as old fridges, old stoves, cars and the like into the channels. And these not only impede the flow of water, but they also contribute significantly to the wearing down or the breaking down of the structure.
Stephen Shaw, Communications and Customer Service Manager at the National Works Agency, NWA, further explained how this breakdown occurs.
For every time the water moves an old fridge, sometimes it is not visible to us, but that concrete gets scraped and it gets scraped and it gets scraped, and before long, what happens? It breaks down, the steel is exposed, the steel corrodes, you find a hole developing in the invert, and that small hole becomes a bigger hole, becomes a crater, and before long, we have to spend millions.
But spending millions is not the only worry. Over the years, gully banks have been transformed into burgeoning residential areas, but it has come with risks. Case in point, the October 2010 tragedy, where during heavy rains, 3 houses collapsed into the sandy gully. 6 people were washed away by flood waters.
And the rains have brought tragedy. 7 people are presumed dead after a house collapsed in the Sandy Park area of Ligony, St. Andrew this morning. They were sleeping when their house fell into a gully with them inside.
Neighbors say the water in the gully was rising from last night. Only minutes before 4 o'clock this morning, the earth under the house caved in. The house tumbled into the gully. 7 people were inside, including 4 children. This morning, only the body of one of the adults could.
All right. So my Jamaican people who is on the route to vote, right? That is just one evidence as it relates for you to make up a decision as it relates to if you believe, right, that your councillors in your respective constituencies, right, is giving you the representation that you need to have. One of the main, and I'm going to prove it later on in future clips, one of the main reasons why many of the community are not able to clean sufficiently, market and all those problems is to the fact that it is the obvious corruption. It is not like they haven't gotten the money. But you know, right, as again, right, portion of that money have to sweeten their pockets. So you can see the non-representation. And that is one of the reasons why people, those who are on the route to vote, that we need to vote, put the X beside the head, because we need an audit to be done on these municipalities. We need an audit to be done and for them to be exposed as it relates to the billions of dollars unaccounted for. So then, let me just show Bruce Golding the type of representation that the Jamaica Labour Party government is giving. Now we are going to move to the next clip. Someone asked a question if it was before those 50 trucks was given. Yes, we have clips, right, that represent before and clips that represent after, right? And so then that's why I am doing, you understand, more than one clips to show you the most recent clips that the situation has not been changed. The situation, even as we speak here this morning, you have several areas still undergoing this problem on here, right? They want people to represent them, right? It is not like we have more than $1 trillion in our surplus, right? And plus other monies that have been collected on behalf of the people. And where those monies are going? Straight into the pockets of politicians. Straight in the pockets of politicians. And so then that is one of the reasons why we want the People's National Party to go in so that these municipalities can be audited. Now, Let us move to the next clip to show Bruce Golding what I want with his government, with his party that he is supporting. All right, so we will share that.
Known for its stunning beaches, vibrant culture, and lush landscapes, faces a pressing environmental challenge: garbage pollution. Despite the country's natural beauty, improper waste management practices have led to significant environmental and health concerns. This video will try to shed some light on the issue of garbage pollution in Jamaica, its causes, impacts, and the urgent need for effective solutions. First, we'll take a look at causes of garbage pollution. Well, several factors contribute to the escalating garbage pollution problem in Jamaica. For example, number 1, inadequate waste management infrastructure. Insufficient infrastructure for waste collection, separation, and disposal poses a significant challenge. Many areas lack proper garbage bins, recycling facilities, and waste treatment plants, leading to haphazard disposal practices. Number 2, poor public awareness and education. Limited knowledge about waste management, recycling, and the environmental impacts of garbage pollution contribute to the problem. Public awareness campaigns and education initiatives are essential for fostering responsible waste disposal habits. Number 3, littering and illegal dumping. Irresponsible littering and illegal dumping add to the pollution issue. Some individuals and businesses dispose of garbage in public spaces, rivers, coastal areas, gullies, sometimes even out the windows of vehicles, degrading the natural beauty of the island. Impacts of garbage pollution. Garbage pollution in Jamaica has severe consequences for both the environment and the public health. For example, the ecosystem degradation. Plastic waste, in particular, poses a significant threat to marine ecosystems. Marine animals mistake plastic debris for food, leading to ingestion and entanglement, which often proves fatal. Additionally, garbage pollution disrupts natural habitats and contributes to soil and water contamination. Health risks. Improper waste disposal and accumulation contribute to the spread of diseases and health hazards. Garbage acts as a breeding ground for disease-carrying insects, leading to increased risk of vector-borne illnesses. Presence of rotting organic waste generates foul odors and releases harmful gases, impacting air quality and respiratory health. Number 3, tourism and economic repercussions. Jamaica's tourism industry, a vital source of revenue, is significantly affected by garbage pollution. Unsightly littered beaches and polluted coastal waters deter tourists, resulting in an economic loss for businesses and communities dependent on tourism. Now we take a look at some solutions and initiatives. Addressing garbage pollution requires a multifaceted approach involving government, communities, businesses, and individuals. The following measures can help mitigate the problem. Number 1, strengthen waste management infrastructure. Invest in improving waste collection systems, establishing recycling centers, and constructing waste treatment plants. Adequate infrastructure will facilitate efficient waste disposal and promote recycling practices. Promote public awareness and education. Launch comprehensive public awareness campaigns to educate Jamaican citizens about the importance of waste management and recycling. Engaging schools, community organizations, and media outlets can also help to spread the message effectively. Implement stricter regulations and enforcement. Enforce existing laws on waste disposal and implement fines and penalties for littering and illegal dumping. Strengthening regulations will create a deterrent effect and encourage responsible waste management practices. Number 4, encourage recycling and sustainable practices. We need to foster a culture of recycling by insensitivizing businesses and individuals to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Promote the use of biodegradable products and introduce recycling programs in schools, public spaces, and commercial areas. We also need to foster community participation. Engage local communities through cleanup campaigns, recycling drives, and volunteer initiatives. Encouraging active community involvement will create a sense of ownership, pride, and responsibility for waste management. Garbage pollution poses a significant environmental and health challenge in Jamaica. To safeguard the island's natural beauty, protect ecosystems, and ensure the well-being of its citizens, immediate action is crucial. By investing in a waste management infrastructure, promoting public awareness, and implementing effective regulations, Jamaica can strive towards a cleaner and healthier future. Together, let us work towards combating garbage pollution and preserving the pristine beauty that defines Jamaica. If you found anything interesting or informative in this video, please leave a comment down below.
All right. So when I'm showing these clips, right, is to show you, right, that the Jamaican Labour Party, right, as it relates to less caring for the people and, you know, more caring for themselves, right? And obviously we are not getting any representation, right, as it relates to, you know, these persons that we had voted for, right? We still have, you know, pile of garbage, right, in our community take weeks, right, and probably sometimes months to be collected and so forth. The utter disrespect, right, and breakdown, right, to the fact that you have corrupted politician, right, taking money from our treasury. It simply means we are not going to get the sufficient equipment, right? Because when you look at it, as it relates to the fact with the report that $1.6 trillion being missing, people, I want you to think of it for persons who are going out to vote. $1.6 trillion that have been missing from our treasury. Now let us talk about 0.6, right? Let us talk about the 0.6. If the 0.6 has been distributed as it relates to, you know, more fleets of garbage truck, right, less corruption, then we will get the service. We would get the service that we voted for. But corruption eat out most of that. $1.6 trillion corruption is accounted for that. So what that goes to say, people, we are not being represented, they are representing themselves. Now we are also going to show you this sort of manipulative method that the Jamaica Labour Party is being using, to the fact that if you have, like for example in Portmore, if you have a PNP mayor, right, certain funds being slowed down, right, as it relates to them giving the funds on time to get certain project done, but they hold it up and manipulated it, right, just to say, okay, all right, he's not performing, there it is, right, and so you need to vote him out. Now let us look at something that has gone so long, something critical that service two communities, right, and joint connection in terms of two parishes. And the Jamaica Labour Party, right, is playing politics in terms of giving the people, right, what they need as it relates to free up commute, where people can travel back and forth. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Tri-Bridge. I'm talking about the Tri-Bridge. So I just want to remind the voters, particularly those voters in those areas, you haven't gotten your Tri-Bridge yet. You haven't gotten that bridge yet. And what you think is causing that manipulation, right? This is a government situation that's supposed to be treated with, the crisis as it is. But no, they are playing the politics. So then let me show you what is happening as it relates to the sort of politics that Andrew Holness is playing. The same manipulation that took place in the 70s when Edward Seaga and the CIA went to the IMF and told the IMF to cut off 50% of the loan what Jamaica is supposed to get. Remember that they have done this, right? It is their modus operandi, their pattern of behavior. So there is nothing strange as what they are doing as it relates to the tri-bridge. Let me just show you people. So let us lift up that clip for you to see. Has not been fixed for God, he knows when.
We need some men with some money and power, like even the Prime Minister himself, we're asking him if he could do something for us, because we don't have to go block the road. We're on practically the borderline between Manchester and Trelawney. The bridge is what separates Manchester from Trelawney.
What's the name of the bridge?
I don't exactly know, but it's a very old bridge, and it was built in 1830 something. And it never even have steel in it, so it wasn't really built to carry trucks and cars. It was, in those, it was horse and buggies. You understand? So the other day it broke down about 3 months ago, right? About 3 months ago, now it broke
More
down.
than 3 months.
More than 3 months. And our biggest concern, you have a lot of people who are hampered by this.
You say it's breakdown. Tell
Yeah.
me what happened to it.
Well, it's just collapsed. A lucky thing no one was on it, right after a big truck passed over.
Water.
Yeah, water been
Excess amount of
soaking
water
underneath the foundation. So
dig it foot of the bridge out.
And it wasn't built with any steel or nothing like that. You understand? So I'm mostly concerned about like the people who have to go to work. There's teachers, students, there's 3 schools out there, but I tried primary, basic school and high school, So the students, they are very fearful of crossing. Their parents won't allow them. So and then you have a lot of people going to the market even early in the morning, and sometimes the river is coming down, you understand? And you still have to cross. Right now there's only some debris that the river carried down that the people have used for crossover, like a tree branch and some bamboo. It's very dangerous.
That is what people are using to cross.
Yes, bamboo and a little tree branch.
So what happens when the river comes down?
Well, when it comes down, we have to ease back a bit. Those who get trapped in Troy have to sleep over there. And those who want to go there have to stay over here. So
Are there any other routes to the community?
No. If you want to, the other route is just Mile Gully, which is a lot of ways, a lot of miles. Mile Gully, and then you have to go Craig, and then so it's a big.
Christmas is days away.
Yeah.
How does the breakdown of the bridge? Will it affect the Unitarian?
Oh yes, it affects us a lot, because even when we have funerals and all that, if we want to bury over there, we can. So it's a big problem right now. The taxi services are hampered by this. So a lot of people are finding it a little bit difficult. But we're just praying and hoping that the government will do something as quickly as possible. Because it's like the school season is coming back in, right? So that's one of the main things. Yeah.
Any work have started on it since?
We're only hearing rumors that they're probably going to start some temporary bridge in January, but that's just a bag of rumors. We're not seeing nothing, no solid foundation put down or no relevant, we see real officials come through. Just some, what you call them, MPs and things. We need some men with some money and power. Like even the Prime Minister himself, we're asking him if he could do something for us. Because we don't have to go block the road. We're not threatening nobody.
Who is a member of parliament for the area?
Who's a member of parliament here again? Who's a member of parliament here? It's Mr. Peter Phillipson. I mean, I'm not a politician. I don't vote for none of them, so I don't know him. Seems to be doing anything solid,
Well, there it goes, right? The opposition is not in power, right? The Jamaica Labour Party is in government, and that is a government issue. And so then it is the government who's supposed to fix that bridge. Andrew Holness, right, and his members of parliament, they are the incumbent government that are to fix the bridge. Now, the reason for me to play that bridge this morning is to remind all persons in that area that bridge service must have an understanding that you lack representation. And so then if you want to continue as it relates to the sort of representation that you're not getting, then continue with the Jamaica Labour Party. But if you want to make sure and ensure, you understand, as it relates to representation, right? Put the X beside the head. Now, goes back to what I am saying as a result of corruption, $1.6 trillion in corruption, portion of that money could put towards the bridge. And people, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right? 1.6 trillion unaccounted for. And we know the 0.6 out of that could have put towards the bridge and have a solid bridge. We have seen this Jamaica Labour Party government, whenever they touch any project being overbilled, project being over budgeted, project being overcast. We have seen some simple sign put up, and you hear that it is $12 million to put up that little sign, right? Unheard of, and that is one of the reasons why we need to kick them out, because we have pure push in Parliament that representing us. They are push, right? And so then it is time now. We are getting the opportunity. Jamaican people, let me tell you something. We are getting the opportunity to add these push. These, should I say pushes? Yes. We are getting the opportunity to add these posts. And so then give us the chance, right, as it relates to checks and balance. Now, remember, Mark Golding not joking enough, right? And there is no doubt in terms of them going to be audited. No doubt. Remember, I know it is Mark Golding drafted the Integrity Commission Act, right? So he's on his mission already. And remember that after Mark Golding drafted the Integrity Commission Act, people, let me remind you, because people who are following the channel, you understand, and we have gone through the issue of certain things, right? Now, we know very well that since Mark Golding drafted the Integrity Commission Act, right, we know that Jamaica, right, had advanced one step in the corruption index, right, as a result of what Mark Golding did. Not what Jamaica Labour Party did. We have read it. You understand? We have gone through that documentation and we read it. So we have knowledge of what Mark Golding had done to improve that, right, as it relates to the corruption index. So then there's no doubt, right, that Mark Golding setting the Integrity Commission Act wanted checks and balance. Let me finish this. Wanted checks and balance, right, as it relates to governance, good governance. Mark Golding did not just stop there, right? He wants an impeachment clause. What does that mean? That means we don't have to wait for an election, you understand, to get out a corrupted politician.
Sure.
Yes. So Mark Golding.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Mark Golding, yes. Mark Golding want to go further than that. Mark Golding want to make sure, you understand, that members of Parliament can be impeached. Think of what I'm saying, people. So for people who going to vote, right, two things that you have to decide on. Do you want a corrupted government like this to continue? or you want a government that is going to deal with checks and balance. Mark Golding drafted the Integrity Commission Act, right? That came into law 2017. Mark Golding did not stop there. He drafted the impeachment bill. And what Andrew Holness done? Andrew Holness stepped on it. If a government wants transparency, all the voters who are going out to vote, listen to me. Give me a ear. Just lend me a ear for a second. If you have Mark Golding from the People's National Party, right, have a reasoning with the Jamaica Labour Party Prime Minister and said, let us give good governance to the people of Jamaica. And Mark Golding spoke to him and said, we need to have an impeachment bill, an impeachment act. And if the government want good governance, Jamaican people, listen to me, you are going to the poll this morning, and this is the reason why I'm coming out. If the Jamaican government, Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness, wanted good governance, why would you crush the impeachment act, where a politician, if found corrupted, doesn't have to wait an election so that he can be voted out, and that's the only way we can get rid of him? Right? Or if you have majority of the members, you understand, have a no vote of confidence against him. Why? So it has to be a reason why Andrew Holness crushed that. Right? Because he knew very well if that goes through, him can be impeached. Why did I say that? I am saying that loud and clear with the confidence that if Andrew Holness did not have a statutory declaration issue as it relates to verifying his statutory declaration, my people, if Andrew Holness was the honest person, if Andrew Holness was for checks and balance, good governance, integrity, having an impeachment clause, just like how the United States have an impeachment clause, another first world country have impeachment clause, right? To show the sense of democracy, to show the sense of good governance. But what happened? Obviously, what would be the reason for you not wanting the impeachment clause, the impeachment bill to go into law? It has to be a fundamental reason. People, we are not stupid. Voters, our electorates, bear this in mind. Ask yourself the question. Let us not think partisan. Let us think country, put Jamaica forward. Let us say to ourselves, what would be the fundamental reason for Andrew Holness crush the impeachment bill? Ask ourselves the question, what would be the fundamental reason for Andrew Holness to pass Section 53 as it relates to the Integrity Commission Act, God clause, to muzzle the Integrity Commission? What are the reasons? A government who is reflecting transparency, good governance, right? A clear sense of democracy, right? And want to be so transparent to the people. Why? Why you have the Integrity Commission being muzzled? Not only the Integrity Commission being muzzled. The Prime Minister has PBCJ, right? In his office, under his control. 19 agencies under his control to have manipulation, And so then when we see these signs, let us bear these in mind. Don't watch the recent, him running around and putting Baba Green, right, on roads. And remember what he said, He came out and said that that is not the way our road being constructed. So he knows, and yet going back to what he's saying, because he's desperate, people. The sense of desperation is everywhere all over the Jamaica Labour Party that they are campaigning early in the morning. So then I wonder if the Prime Minister is not paying a regards to the Noise Abatement Act to have his campaign leached on the people's comfort of night, during the night at their rest. The Prime Minister chose to campaign early morning, making all those nice. But yet at the same time, him send, you understand, and like a popcorn dancing at St. Thomas. You understand? Corruption, the level of corruption, bare-faced corruption, nothing is not hiding. So on your way to the poll, Jamaican people, let me say this to you. The choice is in your hands today. Today is the day for you to make that choice, whether you want to continue with a government that's ready to buy your vote, that's ready to give you 5,000, 10,000, 13,000, or whatever it is that he's buying. If Andrew Holness was a good government, he wouldn't have to be doing that. Why a good government who is doing what needs to be done? Why a good government who is representing the people need to buy your vote? People think. So if I am confident that my governance is good, my governance is positive, what would be the reason for me to buy your vote? It is my action. It is my service. It is my promise that I should keep. Right? And so then, obviously, everything that he had promised, he had not delivered. And as such, he knows very well that he has poor governance. Hence, the reason to know buy your votes. But people, what you are selling is just not a vote you are selling. You are selling a generation upon generation into destruction and into the abyss of hell. When you do that, what is going to happen if you put in a government that is corrupted, and you know that that government is corrupted, then you have to expect the corruption from them. And you are going to be part and parcel of the corruption. It is as simple as that. So we want good governance. Now, since we are on the issue of good governance, people, let me plead to you while you're out on your mission, right, to get the job done in terms of good governance. Every Jamaican who is going out, I believe in you. I put my trust in you that you are going out for the reason of good governance. You are going out for the reasons of transparency and balance. You are going out. Just imagine when you have some dilated Jamaican Labour Party persons are saying that the government doesn't have to reveal the six. I want to know where is your moral compass? Where is your moral compass? Are you saying that the government have a right to mingle in our treasury and don't expose and don't talk to us about it? Are you saying that the government have a right to do that for those who believe that the government must not talk about the fix? It is sickening to even think of that. What kind of government that is going to be? What sort of government that we are going to have when money continue to miss from our treasury? No, we have seen situation as it relates to the crisis in our health sector. And when we vloggers are talking about it, you have Tufton saying that we are lying. But God, he knows, there you goes, that the United States put out their travel advisory in supporting of what we are saying and what we are calling out the government long time about the healthcare situation. But why cannot be addressed? It cannot be addressed because of the level of corruption. How many of these members of parliament have companies where contracts being routed through and where they overcharge to rob our treasury people? How many of these members of parliament have companies in 2015, to 2016 when they get in power? Many of them poor like church mouse, didn't have any money. But majority of them who don't want gas station, you name it, who don't want trucks that go into the backside, you understand, and dealing with haulage, who is not selling out our backside for free, right, so that the truck can continue, and all these corruptions, and we don't want to know, we don't want to get rid of this government, right? This government who knew very well that the players of SSL had involved some years ago with Paul Cheng Young. They know him. And still went into the company with those people. I have showed you DISCAIMER that the United States flag, the UK flag, Canada flag, Integrity Commission, right, spoke to Andrew Holness about him, but he still did not listen. Because what and why? This is the government who want to give a chance. The reason Jamaican people why you worried about the local government, because this local government election is extremely serious. Why is it serious, people? It is serious because if Jamaica Labour Party lose the local government election, they are going to be audited. They are going to be audited. And if and when that they have been audited, Bangarang is going to expose. So don't be surprised when you want to have to get up out of bed and a campaign early morning. Andrew Holness is trying to save himself from going to prison. And many of them, so they will pull out all the stops that they can pull out. Someone asked me if the ballots are going to be safe. My true answer to you, I don't know. My true answer to you, I don't know. But this local government election is D-Day. It's either we are at a crossroad, Jamaican people. Either we are going to move forward as it relates to checks and balance and transparency and put in a government that is going to put in the impeachment clause for members of parliament, right, and seize corruption forthwith. Or we are going to move backward where we have scammers taking over our country. Because right now, as it relates to this government, the Jamaican people have been scammed out of representation, have been scammed totally out of representation. You don't make Andrew Holness fool you. Right? He know why he's going around the community and lifting up baby to put on his shoulder. He has never done that before. He has never done that before. He knows that the clocks can't work. So he's now appealing to the emotions. What? You think say Andrew Holness is the best baby father? Talk to me, people. You think that he's the best baby father in Jamaica? Huh? Right? No. You tell me. Right? This man care. And the care that he must show. The tri-bridge up there don't fix. What can I hear these people? Now let us go further and deep and show Jamaican people, and I am telling you, this is the reason why I come out this morning. So if I can convince at least one person to change their mind, one person, it is good enough for me. This is my input this morning, to be here. And remember, later I am coming back because I will be here until the last poll call, and I will be taking my people from parish to parish to show the highlights. This is the way how I love my Jamaican people. And so then we are run out this morning. Yes, we are run out this morning, guiding our people what to do in this critical day, in this critical time, in this critical moment, in this critical hour, that we need to make the critical decision. Andrew Holness going around, right, in early morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, is not going to help him. Right? And so then let us move forward, because the fire and the judgment is coming. Now, let us deal with the art of corruption.
Okay.
People, I want you to listen, Isabel, and for persons who, right, are here, I want you to go over and support Isabel for us. You understand? Make sure you subscribe, because, right, she's someone fact-finding, someone on the, on the front, right, fighting, right, for the rights for Jamaican people, right? So let us come up with that clip and show you why we need to put the X beside the head. Right? And so then we have to make sure that we are doing that. Right? So we are going to show you what is going on as it relates to what Juliet Holness, right, is now saying, right, and what she has been doing, right? Yes.
Some people, the local government election is less than a day away. So tomorrow, Monday, the 26th of February 2024, is the big day. And we're seeing the campaigns that might heat up even more and more. And right now, people, we're seeing where Mark Olin come out and respond, basically break him silence, upon hearing Prime Minister Andrew Holness, calling him such man. So I'm going to listen to what Andrew Holness said in that campaign, and then listen to what Mark Olin has responded based on what.
IXL helps my children learn at their own pace, starting off with easier questions and slow.
The Prime Minister had said.
Such man has turned this election into a national election. I don't know the kind of big brain mathematics that them use. But simple politics tell me, those stir up a sleeping lion. Those trouble, they don't trouble you. Who tell you, you just stir up Labour Party and mess. So labor rights, I want to see all of them come out like a swarm of bees on them on the 26th. I want to thank them for waking up the labor rights all over Jamaica. I want to thank them for giving me the opportunity to get back out on the road and tell you the things that they are. I want to thank them.
The Prime Minister's been going around calling me all kind of names. Now, the people of Jamaica expect more intelligent discourse from their leaders than that. I know you're under the pressure, Andrew. I know the pressure reach and pressure bust fight. But come man, elevate yourself, man, and try your best and stop the name calling. God bless you all, comrades. One love.
So when you see what I want my people, the Prime Minister basically has said the People's National Party wake up the lion in the Jamaica Labour Party. Wanna be the judge of my people and drop on the comment in the comment section and tell me what you think. Meanwhile, in this segment, my people, the president of the Jamaica Baptist Union, Reverend Dr. Glenroy Layla, says the union is continuing.
All right, people. Now, Jamaican people, make a reason. Let us reason. This is one of the reasons why you can't vote for a government like this. Particularly Andrew Holness being the Prime Minister. Now, few days ago, we all remember the Prime Minister went to Montego Bay and the Prime Minister said, okay, he's going to act with integrity. And we all listened to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister said he spoke to members in his team, in his cabinet, that don't go and be lying on policies, because the Jamaica Labour Party don't need to do that. Telling that the Jamaican Labour Party need to stay from propaganda. And in wrapping up, the Prime Minister said, when they go low, we should go high, referencing to the Jamaica Labour Party. When they go low, we go high. Now, you just heard the clip that I played. At the Prime Minister this, at the same Prime Minister this, in the same Andrew Holness this. Is the same Andrew Holness said he doesn't know anything about the six. The Integrity Commissioners has not spoken to him pertaining to the six. At the same Andrew Holness started off. It is the same Andrew Holness promised what he's going to do in the first 100 days. At the same Andrew Holness. Right? So then now, let us move to recent happenings as it relates to his activities within the 2 days. Are you going to believe what he had said over the 2 days leading up to now? Yeah? Where he said the Integrity Commission has not spoken to him. Let me tell you something. That is a callous lie. Because if he's been audited and there are variances, the Integrity Commission is going to communicate to him as it relates to the variances. And they will ask him if he had any form of documentation to justify the variances. And those are documentation that the Integrity Commission was actually waiting on. So when Andrew Holness come on and said that the Integrity Commission has not spoken to him, that's a callous lie. That's a callous lie. And so then, for what he had done over the 2 days, is the same Andrew Holness that you want to believe and vote for and believe that service is going to be delivered. It is the same Andrew Holness. Not change with him. What people need to understand is 2021 statutory declaration cannot be certified. It's 2022 statutory declaration cannot be verified. And let me tell the people, it's 2023 statutory declaration is not going to be verified because they cannot be. The truth of the matter, they cannot be verified because he simply cannot explain his wealth. So what do we want? What do we want? Are we stifling our conscience for those who want to vote for Jamaica Labour Party? You are stifling your conscience. You are stifling your conscience. Right? You are stifling your conscience. If you are building a house, ask yourself the question for those who voting for Jamaica Labour Party and showing you that you are dead hypocrites. If you are building a home and you get a contractor, and the contractor make the assessment of everything and said, okay, all right, $1 million, it is going to take you to build a 2-bedroom house for argument's sake. And you pay $1 million to the contractor. And when you're ready for the house to hand over, the house still in a foundation. And when you ask the contractor to justify, the contractor not showing you any form of receipts to justify the overcost that caused the project not to lift up out of foundation. The contractor can't show you that. And so your house not finished. What you are going to say? Are you going to have an issue with this contractor? You're not going to want to take this contractor to court to get back your money? You would do that. You would do that. Then why you don't hold Andrew Holness, you understand, with the same measure stick? Why you don't hold Andrew Holness with the same measure stick? We Jamaican, a lot of us are so biased and blinded. Biased and blinded. Can Andrew Holness talk to the people and tell them why its statutory declaration cannot be verified? You are going to tell me that in 2012, just look at it, you know, people, look at it, people. The Prime Minister being the Ministry of Education between the period 2006 to 2009, several contracts go to Gavin, and yet him and Gavin in the same company. What them set up? What, you know, I mean, look, you have seen Patrick Bailey name run along those lines from God. He knows when company what Patrick Bailey set up. You understand? For them, ADMAT. Right? And money being going through certain companies with the Prime Minister and Gavin. But Jamaica sit. For those who want to be in support with this and have Andrew Holness' wife, right, became the Speaker of the House and have Andrew Holness' wife, right, intercepting the free flow of investigation, right, into the illicit six. So without any further ado, people, look on this document. Look on this document. For all persons going to the poll who are listening to me, I want you to make sure you put the X beside the head. That's why I'm here this morning in guiding the way how you need to vote. I am telling you how to vote. We need progress in Jamaica. Put the X beside the head. The X must be beside the head if you want good governance. Now, let us show the people the apparent corruption that we need to vote against this morning. Vote against it this morning. DDA. DDA is for a reason that the people of Jamaica today has the power in their finger. Every Jamaican who has the right to participate in the electoral process today is where every single Jamaican who has that right is the most powerful person in Jamaica right now. Let me say this to you Jamaicans. You have the keys in your hand. Your finger is going to make the change. You have an opportunity. Let me warn you. You have an opportunity to make the change. You have an opportunity for checks and balance. You have an opportunity for transparency, an opportunity to allow good governance. My Jamaican brothers and sisters, please, I'm asking you, make the good sense prevail. I am begging you, please make the good sense prevail as a result of the following reason that we are going to get to in the next clip.
Sorry guys, my finger touched the side of the thingy. Took this off for a brief moment.
All right, we are coming up with that document.
We just did that one. We just did that one. Okay.
This one?
Yeah, we did that. That was okay.
All right.
Here.
So people, let us go back to this. Right? Reminding the Jamaican people how to vote. The present wave of corruption in public office is unprecedented in modern Jamaica. However, corruption is not new to the Jamaica Labour Party. Here is the evidence, people. The evidence, and this done by a KC lawyer, King Council. The party boasts a well-established tradition of corrupt behavior as JP ministers of government have presided over wanton robbery of the public purse, and some of them have been convicted and sentenced to serve time in prison. In the 1950s, former JP Minister of Education Joe Z. Malcolm was sentenced to 12 months at hard labor for defrauding its constituents. Malcolm's successor in the Ministry of Education, L.L. Simmons, was next. He was convicted in July 1954 for breaches of the Official Secret Act and sentenced to 15 months at hard labor. In the decade of the 1960s, the former Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Arthur Burt, may well have been the third to face the courts and be sentenced for his role in the corrupt handling of the school building program 1967 to 71, financed by the World Bank. That is what they always do, right? Steal up these money. A report from the Commission of Inquiry established to probe the matter stated that although suggestions of a grave character were made before the commission involving Dr. Bird, he fled the island to avoid appearing before the commission and facing criminal charges. In February 1990, Jack Smith, former JLP Minister of Labor, was charged with receiving $70,000 deemed by the Director of Public Prosecutions to have been unlawful obtained from farm workers' savings. He was also charged with conspiracy to defraud He was found guilty and sentenced to 5 years in prison at hard labor. It is not now Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament, right, is taking money up from our treasury. And right now, under this government, it is worse. One would have thought that the JLP would want to break with its tradition of corruption, and listening to Prime Minister Owen's lofty pronouncement of integrity at his swearing in, many Jamaicans expected honesty and transparency from the new government. Instead, what we have experienced is an administration that has taken corruption to another level. Former JLP Minister of Education, Royal Reid, was hastily removed from office to facilitate a full investigation of reports of corruption, nepotism, and misappropriation of public funds within the ministry as well as its agencies, including Caribbean Maritime University. Andrew Wheatley has been relieved of his ministerial responsibility after exposure of widespread corruption in the agencies for which he had portfolio responsibility. We anxiously await the reports from ongoing investigations in the pressure jam scandal. Under Andrew Golden's government, will get no report. At present, it is the Ministry of Health and Wellness which is under the microscope, and this by no means exhausts the list of corrupt practices that have been exposed since the Owen's administration has taken office. Cornwall Regional Hospital leave from 4 billion to 21 billion, and the list goes on. So now, let us move on. What is shocking to the Jamaican public is not only the unprecedented depth and breadth of corruption which is being unearthed, but the arrogance of the perpetrators and the refusal of the Prime Minister, let me say it, the refusal of the Prime Minister to hold his colleagues accountable in any meaningful way. He cannot hold anyone accountable when the allegation of his involvement is quite all over the place. He cannot hold anyone accountable when he seems to be, as it relates to allegation, the cook buckle washer. So he can't talk to them. They have a secret of corruption. He cannot discipline no one because he has been fully compromised. As it relates to allegation, the Prime Minister is fully compromised. Practices seems to have become a way of life for this administration. It hardly matters to them the poverty that is being experienced by the people. They don't care for the people. They have offered themselves to represent. They don't seem to care that the health services are inadequately funded. They reach a $21 billion now. Most of the money gone in them contractor friend pocket. They are content to have an underfunded and ill-equipped security force, despite the escalating criminal violence. Even as the people suffer, the rape of the public purse continues as the perpetrators go about their criminal pursuit with the confidence that they are protected. Yes, they are protected because the DPP, they look left. The more they look right from Vibes Cartel case. Whatever corruption took place under previous administration does not and cannot preclude the responsibility of the civil society to expose the corruption that is presently enriching and connected criminal clique and depriving critical services like security and health of urgently needed investment. As we talked about it earlier, $1.6 trillion being missing. $1.6 trillion. Think of it, people. That could help us with our health services. That could help to pay teachers, police, civil workers. That could help to fix a lot of parochial roads. But all these parochial roads are going to be fixed when most of the treasury that missing in the politician and pocket, in the members of parliament and pocket. The Jamaican people cannot remain indifferent to the present wave of corruption. Lord Jesus, this is a corruption that has the worst corruption ever. We must demand immediate action on the following list of initiatives that have been put forward. And so then people may ask, put the X beside the head. These include the single anti-corruption agency, the Integrity Commission. Then weekly Integrity Commission per Section 53, subsection 3 of the Integrity Commission Act. Then muzzle the Integrity Commission. The criminalization of breaches of the political code of conduct. Nobody got this up. Nobody got this up. Because the Prime Minister and him 48 Alibabas, none of them no sign the code of conduct. None of them no sign the code of conduct. So people, when you are going to the poll, why you want to vote for somebody who doesn't sign the code of conduct? You know, understand some of you know. Some of you know, when I run behind GLP, you know, understand it at all. To know that not one of them signed the code of conduct to say that they will hold themselves responsible for their behavior. And still, boy, that's only licky and yummy. Jesus, peace, man. The strengthening of powers of the political ombudsman. Nothing there to protect our election. Nothing there. And this government makes sure that the political ombudsman none exist. Not being replaced. So is this a government that talks about transparency? Eh? So they can do everything in the election and get away with no but not if you look over them. People, it's a corruption. The National Integrity Action estimates that the cost of corruption to the Jamaican people is now running into the billions of dollars. It gone trillion now, mama. It is time to bring this administration to book. 100% agree with you. People, here Kathy Churchill Nita, veteran attorney at law, King Council, said it is time to bring this administration to book. And how we go and bring them to book? If we not vote them out in this local government election, we sorry people, we can't bring them to book. And then all of our efforts and social media is just going to be dampened. Please don't dampen our spirit. Take it away when we talk to the people. You know. So Jamaican people, King Council, Churchill Nita, is telling us, is telling the Jamaican people who are going out to vote, it is time for us to do something. What we need to do? Hold them accountable. People are traveling in the taxis going to vote, traveling wherever you're going to vote and listening to me. Check on accountability. It is time to hold them accountable. Now let me tell you and show you the extra effort Juliet Holness is doing. Jenny, dog, nyam me supper. Put with breakfast and mangoes with dinner. If they win this election. You think a joke, Jenny? It is no joke, Jenny. And that's why I'm here this morning to help strengthen the minds of these people. For persons who didn't vote, look here, people. It is important for you to cast your ballot. You cannot sit aside and say, show me no business with nothing. Because the Jamaican Labour Party would love for you to do that. So if you know business with nothing, you're not going to vote against them. The possibility exists that they need to in power. People not see it by you not doing anything. Right? It is moving in the advantage of the Jamaican Labour Party. By you not doing anything, people, you need to come out. Please. Now, let us show you the art of the corruption. And this is the reason why you have the Prime Minister who has a statutory declaration issue. We are talking to, we want to speak to intelligent people now. All over the world, we want to speak to intelligent people. Let me speak to United States, let me speak to UK, let me speak to Asia, all the people, intelligent people over the world. Let me just put this, you understand? in summary for you. We have a prime minister that is statutory declaration going onwards to 3 years worth of statutory declaration. Cannot be verified. He had declared what he had declared. The Integrity Commission had made their checks and discovered variances. And so then what he had reported in layman terms, he lied. Right? Now, what happened is that this prime minister has his wife as the Speaker of the House. His wife wants to change the culture of Parliament as it relates to our reports. When you have an Integrity Commission investigation, right, and it goes through the corruption prosecutor, and the corruption prosecutor, right, made a judgment on it, then it's supposed to go to the Parliament for review. The Parliament reviewed it and immediately tabled the report. Immediately tabled the report. That is the culture of Parliament. Now we have the Prime Minister wife to the fact that the Prime Minister, it's possible, one of the 6, and the possibility exists where if the Prime Minister is one of the 6, then automatically Juliet Owens follows suit. Because Juliet Owens, who is the Speaker of the House, is his wife, member of Parliament. Having said that, Juliet Owens, right, is actually building a house from 2012 now worth over $800 million. And as Jenny said, that's conflict of interest right off of the bat. Jenny is right. Look at pure intelligent people over here. Now, as what Jenny said, conflict of interest off of the bat. No. That needs to be justified as it relates to where Juliet Owens got that money from. No justification given. Jamaican people want to know wake up and smell the sort of dark cloud that's over your head. You know, this is not Azan situation where Azan when give, you understand, poor people few little sheds. And where the Prime Minister said dark days. As a matter of fact, this is an eclipse reaction right now over Jamaica. An eclipse reaction over Jamaica. And so then, what the Prime Minister's wife is doing now, changing the culture of Parliament. Now, the Integrity Commission submitted 4 reports, right, to the Parliament that was supposed to be reviewed and tabled. What do you think Juliet Owens do? Sitting on it. Playing delayed tactics by majority of the time absent from Parliament. Yes, people know want Jamaica and the whole world to know the corruption will go on in Jamaica. And they play the delayed tactics. Because they believe that they are confident enough and the Jamaican people, majority of those who would have followed them and have voted for them, they are fool enough. Fool. So then, yes, make we hold this until after local government election, because after local government election, if we win, we still can talk them down, a 9-day talk. And these are the cultures that been happening as it relates to persons who are dilated. And if you check majority of those people who are so-called dilated, majority of them don't even able to even pass one CXC subject. And this is the reason why the Jamaican Labour Party love them. You understand? Because they are groups of dunce who can easily be manipulated, they should have been ashamed of themselves. The PSO chair, some of those who love the corruption, who love the kickback, who love the nepotism, who love the cronyism, who love the skullduggery, they no want to see Andrew Holness government get kicked out because they are benefiting from their pocket. Now, without further ado, let us go and show the world what Juliet Holness is doing as it relates to these reports that's supposed to be what? Public. So then, Jamaican people who's on the way to vote, do you want a government that hold you down, suppress you, padlock your mouth, and putting them in your pocket and they take out your money? Because every time they rob from our treasury, what happened to us? Inflation, right? GCT and goods. Put back the gap in the budget. Special consumption tax rates. So they are physically and literally dipping in your pocket and take out your money. And then trick you with direct tax and indirect tax. Right? Where they sort of ease up to by giving you $1.5 million. You understand? Lift the income tax threshold. So for those who want a 1.5 million, may get an ease, they're not paying any tax. But GCT, it put increase on that. It increase on special consumption tax. You understand? And so then the liquor what he give you, you understand? He take much more than the liquor what he give you. People who have sense. He promise electricity bill and criticize the People's National Party. Right? And when the People's National Party is making effort, you understand, to have that reduction, the people did not give Portia Simpson a chance. They voted him for the lie. Here we are at another junction. Are you going to give him a third chance? Voted him in for the lie. The lies that he continued to be told. Right? And so then, if you vote for Jamaica Labour Party, you are accepting the corruption. You are accepting that the culture that you want to be in is a scamming culture. You accept that the culture that you want is a culture that's full of bandulism. Yes. So let us look and show you what Juliet Holness is doing. Stand by, folks. Clip is coming up. Just bear some patience. So, as we are saying, that Juliet Holness been there for a particular reason. And that particular reason is to ensure. Yes. Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
It's embedded under something else. That's why.
All right. So let us check out this document, my people. All right. December 13, 2023, right? So this is just partially 2 months ago. Integrity Watchdog submits 4 more investigative reports to Parliament. People listen. The country's anti-corruption agency Integrity Commission says it's completed 4 additional investigations and the reports, along with indicative rulings of the Director of Corruption Prosecution. So this tells us that the corruption prosecution make a judgment on these. Were submitted to Parliament on Tuesday for tabling. People want to listen. The anti-corruption watchdog said the documents were formally received and signed for the Parliament on Tuesday at 2:10 p.m. Hard copies of the reports and rulings were also submitted in separate envelopes and addressed to Juliet Holness, Speaker of the House of Representatives, President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson, and Valerie Curtis, Clerk of the House of Parliament. The Integrity Commission anticipates that its investigation reports, which were submitted pursuant to and in conformance with Section 54 of the Integrity Commission Act, together with the associated indicative rulings, will be tabled in both houses of Parliament as soon as possible. The anti-corruption body wrote. The IC shared that last month it submitted 4 other investigative reports as well as indicative rulings to Parliament for tabling. However, these reports have not yet been tabled. People are listening. Let me read over that. The IC shared that last month it submitted 4 other investigative reports as well as indicative rulings to Parliament for tabling. However, these reports have not yet been tabled. In a recent ruling by the House Speaker, Juliet Holness, she stated that the report submitted by the IC would not be delayed as they would be tabled in the Parliament as soon as possible. So she went back now on her words. Take that away. Take that away, people. Take that away. Let me ask Jamaica again. Jamaica. This is the sort of governance that we want. Right? Juliet Holness said, as soon as the report came to Parliament, the Parliament is going to review it and have it tabled. The Integrity Commission now is saying to us that Jamaican people, and for some people, are saying that the Integrity Commission is this and the Integrity Commission is that. There goes the Integrity Commission, put them under the water and wash them and clean from it. The Integrity Commission is saying that, look, we table the reports, the corruption prosecutor make a judgment on them. So let us think, people. The corruption prosecutor found out that these reports serve its validation and that charge need to be forthwith. The corruption prosecutor decided on these reports. Juliet Holness got the report on the time when the report was signed, was given. On the date when the report was given. And this is the reason to show us that this is the reason why Juliet Holness put there. The corruption is not hiding. Corruption is not hiding at all. And so then Juliet Holness, what she did? What she did? Make sure she suppressed it. Going back on her words. Sam Allen, blessed day to Byron and his wife. PNP 9 to 5, Portmore, St. Catherine, St. Thomas, Hanover, Manchester, Westmoreland, Trelawny, Portland, St. Mary. Blessed. All right. Now, I am saying this, that in spite of what Juliet Holness said prior to these reports, that They will be tabled as soon as possible. Now you see what soon as possible is? Soon as possible can't come in. No, people don't be, look, let us think, people. Let us think. If we give them, it is so important, people. Let me talk to you, people. All of this, it is so important. It is so, let me use the word crucial. It is so crucial for the Jamaica Labour Party if they lose this local government election. If they lose this local government election, the river bank of corruption is going to block. The bank of corruption is going to break away. It is going to break away. The corruption bank is going to break away. So the local government election, I have never seen in the history, people, let me talk to you clear. I have never seen in the history of Jamaica where a local government election seems to be so important even than the general election. That the local government election now becomes such a crisis for the Jamaica Labour Party. Because, Father, I pray that when we win this election, they are going to be audited. They are going to be audited. Social media. We will definitely here stand in solidarity with checks and balance and transparency. Millicent Spence, I said this before and I will say it again. This move to have his wife Juliet in the seat send volume of conflict of interest. She's placed to safeguard corruption. Millicent, you are 110% right. And that shows what she has been doing. So she knows what she had read and realized that it is embarrassing and damaging for the Jamaica Labour Party. It's best that she take care of herself, play delay tactics, see if we can win the local government election and ride out the storm. That is Juliet Owen's strategy. Right? To hold on and still don't panic. So then Jamaicans, let me talk to us. Let me talk to us for people who still voting and going on might be, having, when you see things like this, a government that is not hiding to suppress the information. Right? And let me say this, Jamaican people, got them think, I don't know. Right? The document that I read with the KC lawyer, Valenita Robinson, if you go on the internet, you cannot find the internet. Because JLP is taking them time to move information on the internet that is damaging to them. Okay, why we want a government like this in our life? Why we want a government like this in our life if you are going on the internet to hide information, suppress information? Why are you doing it if you are good governance? If you are for good governance, why are you hiding the information? So let me tell the people and make sure that the people can do it right now as we speak and see that what I am saying is true. This report that I gave with Valenita Robinson is not on the internet. If you search it, you will not find it. I have it because it is in my library. So them can't clean my library. So anytime I want to go in my library and come up with the facts, you are going to get the facts. So now, let me tell you something. No matter how you hide it, we have it. So the hiding, now go ahead, no. The hiding is not going to help your corruption because we have it and it don't make sense you hide it. If you search and can't find it, we are going to go in our library. Right? Because we have it. So you can't hide it. Okay. Now, I am going to play something, people, with Andrew who was talking about PNP deal with wage freeze and GLP deal with pay increase. People, I want to listen to this. Because what Andrew Warnett had done is now tell the Jamaican people that it is the People's National Party that build the economy, right, by put in fiscal discipline to have wage freeze so that we can give him a corridor. So he is admitting it while denying it. So people, I am going to play. I catch him down on me off. I tell you that Byron bowl him a bouncers again. Somebody went to say, slip gully. Silly gully or something. Well, we catch him again. Jamaican people, you understand that indeed it was the People's National Party who fixed the economy with fiscal discipline. So we catch him. Look at our people. Let me play the clip.
Oh, okay.
No. The Jamaica Labour Party clip with Andrew Warnett.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then we're going to later today.
Okay, they will do this one after.
Yeah.
All right. Sharing that. Okay.
All right, people, you know, we like to do our thing in a straightforward sequence to make you understand. Yes, look at it. My
sent me a fake voice note saying that policemen will not receive their overtime pay for some number of weeks. Not no so. Somebody chose to create mischief at this point in time. And as I received the note and I listened to it, I just kissed my teeth and said foolishness. But I received a call from a few police officers who I know, alerting me to this message, and I said, yes, I saw it. And they said, Prime Minister, they must take policeman to go. You know what he said to me? The biggest increases that members of the security forces have ever gotten is under the Jamaica Labour Party government. This business of overtime is a JLP policy idea. Is the JLP make the economy possible to give the level of increases that police officers have gotten, that teachers have gotten, that civil servants have gotten, and other members of the public sector have gotten? The Jamaica Labour Party did that. He reminded me that under the last two PNP administrations, all that they got were wage freezes. He said that whenever the PNP gave a wage increase, little bit after that, them take it back with a wage freeze. You check the record on that. Every minute is a wage freeze. You know why? Because they couldn't manage the economy.
All right, people. He said, as it relates to the last two PNP administration, right? The last two PNP administration, right, deals with wage freeze, and him come and deal with wage increase, and under his government, right, the biggest wage increase. Now, people, we are going to take what he said and check the history. Now, we are going to refer back to the last two PNP administration, PJ Patterson and Portia Simpson. Now, I'm glad all the Prime Minister said that. So I want to make Jamaica know now that the Prime Minister is admitting that is the People's National Party build the economy. Now, I am going to go under the PNP administration first and show you under PJ Patterson what happened as it relates to PJ Patterson. PJ Patterson, right, utilized the wage freeze and pay off the IMF to clear Jamaica from IMF. Evidence number one, people. Let me put up that document.
So that's the only one.
Yeah,
No?
it has to be.
Oh.
Let us go back to what he said. And today we are going to put him to shame. So we are talking to intelligent people, right? Remember, we are not stupid. Oh, this. Okay, all right. Letter of the day, IMF, no financier for Jamaica's economic woes. This is Saturday, January 5th, 2013, people. PJ Patterson at the driver's wheel. In 1995, Prime Minister PJ Patterson unceremoniously waved goodbye, tata, au revoir, to the board of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, as his administration ended the country's relationship with the fund. It seems as a current twist of fate that in 2012, the current PNP administration is having considerable difficulties with inking a new agreement with the lending agencies. With all the hysteria and uncertainty which now clothes the Jamaican economic landscape, sectors left, right, and center are all begging to be returned to the arms of the fund so as to provide for some market stability. This uncertainty is understandable. However, the painting of the IMF as a kind of divine panacea to our infliction is wholly incorrect and totally overestimated. It should be made plain to all that regardless of what happened henceforth, Jamaican problems must be solved by Jamaican solutions, and simply means that Jamaica needs to produce. No external third party or institution can truly address our underlying ills, and it would be good for us to face the fact that the fund really has little interest in Jamaican affairs. Let them know that. So we need to take hold of the economic rubber and seek to collectively navigate the boisterous seas. Take away that.
Before you go any further, take a look at this. I want to bring it up.
Yes.
He went to the police station in his green shirt, which is not allowed, so they asked him to change it.
Yeah.
You want me to add it?
Yeah.
Continue talking now.
Okay. So then, when he spoke of the two PNP administration, which is PJ Patterson, right? As it relates to wage freeze, to stay on fiscal discipline, right? And to pay back the IMF. PJ Patterson had accomplished that. So then, let us get into this now, Jamaican people. Yes, let us get into this. So let us give Andrew Holness the history here, right? The history what we want to give Andrew Holness. That remember, Andrew, that after PJ Patterson came out of power, right? Bruce Golden went in. And when Bruce Golding went in, right, for people who always talk of PJ Patterson divest Air Jamaica, and PJ Patterson divest this, and PJ Patterson divest that, let the truth be known that under Bruce Golding government immediately after the people's PJ Patterson government, Bruce Golding have trouble with the IMF and in problem with the IMF, and plus hit the highest corruption and the Jamaican corruption index. Remember these people. Bruce Golding divest most of Jamaican assets. Let us bring up the clip and show John public, so for people who would blame PJ Patterson, say PJ Patterson divest Air Jamaica, a PJ Patterson divest this, a PJ Patterson divest that. As a matter of fact, it is Bruce Golding who divest many of the assets to the Chinese. People never know that. People never know that. Let me prove it now today. It is Bruce Golding who done all of them something there. All of them something there. You understand? And put back Jamaican economy in woes, serious woes. So now Andrew, Andrew wants me glad you come out with the clip there now. So let me put up this so the people can read it. So I want to read it, people. Hear it. Yes. All right. Yeah, man, we have the evidence here, man. You come to Mystic Sensation, you're going to get the evidence, the truth, the hard truth, what you're running from. But here it is, Andrew. Government, and let me show you the date. See, December 22, right? 2009. Andrew, Bruce Golding at the control. So try and know that. This is Bruce Golding government. Okay. Government is to divest a number of companies in which it has full or part ownership. Prime Minister Bruce Golding, in making the announcement in Parliament on December 17, said the companies to be invested are follows: Clarendon Aluminum Park Productions, Port of Kingston, the Norman Manley International Airport. So on a PMP, doing a divestment, National Road and Operating Construction Company, NROCC, Central Wastewater Treatment Plant, Air Jamaica, the Montego Bay Convention Center, the Sugar Company of Jamaica, Sabina Park, the Trulani Stadium, and shares in the Jamaica Public Service Company. Mr. Golding said the government has equity in Clarendon Aluminum Production, but the company has accumulated debt that the government has to bring to finality. We are looking at the option of divesting the shares that the government has and to see to what extent we can offset the amount that is owed for our share of capital investment, offset that debt, and have it liquidated. We have taken a decision at Cabinet just last week to appoint a team to pursue the privatization of the NMIA. The method that was used for the Stansted International Airport was a good method, and we intend to pursue that, he said. With regards to Montego Bay Convention Center, the Prime Minister says that it is going to require a subsidy unless some other arrangements can be made to relieve the government of the burden. He added that the Trulani Stadium cost about $25 million to $30 million for servicing and is not generating income. Updating the House about Petrojam, Mr. Golding said the cost to pursue that project was originally estimated at $600 million before its design work. He added that the design work is almost completed and it would cost the country $1.2 billion to pursue the project. Given our physical situation, it is just not possible for us to assume what kind of liability. The Prime Minister said while noting that this information was provided to the Venezuelans, who in conjunction with Jamaica developed the Petrojam project. Mr. Golding asked the Foreign Affairs Minister to convey the Venezuelans the difficulty that the government is experiencing He said the government would not be able to pursue project as originally planned, but was anxious to find an alternative strategies. Okay. So then, for people who talk about, all right, the ports, right, going to the Chinese, and enough of them blaming the People's National Party. See how them do it? Yeah? A lot of them. Because then shame like that. Blaming the People's National Party to say, we divest here Jamaica. You right? And did not know that it is Bruce Golden who divests, right? Many of these assets, many of Jamaican assets, right? That Bruce Golden divested. And because they are ashamed, they want to put the blame on People's National Party. Now, people, let me give you some reminder. And let me teach people history here. Let me teach people history here. People need to remember that we Jamaicans have been dealing with the Chinese from way back in the 1970s. Right? And so then when PJ Patterson deal with the Chinese as it relates to road infrastructures, right? Very good development as it relates to the highway. We did that. But we did not sign on onto the BRI. The Belt and Road Initiative that China has, right? The People's National Party, let me tell the world this, did not sign on to the BRI. You know who signed on onto the BRI? Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness signed on to the BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative with China, 2019. 2019. Andrew Holness signed on to the BRI. So it's a different contractual agreement that we had with China. When we have that contractual agreement with China as it relates to the highway, that did not come under the BRI. Right? That did not come under the BRI. And so then, as we see here, as it relates to the divestation of our ports, right? But people need to understand that China originated the BRI in 2030. Right? 2030. China. So for people who have their Google account can research and say what Byron is talking is facts. China came up with the BRI 2030. Right? And with 2019 Andrew Holness signed on different contractual agreement. So then when we talk about the Chinese, that's why we have to be careful. Because we are talking about two separate contractual agreements as it relates to Jamaica government, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. And as you see clearly, as it relates to the divestation of our ports, right, to China, has nothing to do with the People's National Party. Let us set the record clear with that. But now, on the campaign, on a mix up PNP, on the campaign, I want to do, when you try to suppress information and hide information, it's shown to say the Jamaica Labour Party is a government of destruction to the Jamaican people. A government of destruction to the Jamaican people. So when I want the wisdom, come over here, so. All right. Now, when we say when you want the wisdom, you understand? You find channel like Mystic Sensation, Wayne Lonesome, aromatic. And I tell you one next channel, a fire out there, white channel, and a topic. Right? Jamaican callers. Right? And the list goes on. Right? And we have Andre, of course, beating them too. So when you look, beyond social media is exposing the truth. Right? From all these brothers. Right? That you see coming out with the truth, making reference. Right? And so then, when you look at that, they are trying to suppress information, hiding information, coming out with campaign of lies to fool the Jamaican people. But we have to document someone, and the documents that we are using is JIS, Jamaica Information Service. So if you call us and saying that we are lying, that means you are saying that the Jamaica Information Service is also lying. Right? So run upon us. Minister of Misinformation, run upon us. Right? Because remember, we correct your behavior recently, You understand? Yeah. Rattigan correct your behavior recently. We notice you get silent. Because you see, when you come with the power of lies and the utterance of deceitfulness, you get correction. You get the rod of correction. Right? When you come with the misinformation, you understand me? I say, you get correction. You get the rod of correction. So you say you're silent. You're silent with your deceitfulness and your lies. So we have the truth here. And we disseminate the truth to our people to make them make an informed decision. So all what JLP are doing, all of them attack and a fix road, that's so and do that and blah, blah, blah. They have not done it in 8 years. The facts are there. And Tri-Bridge still not fixed yet. Tri-Bridge still not fixed yet. And that's the facts. Now, let us show them, my people, and for people who are still voting, let us get into the thumbnail that I set out there. You see the thumbnail, there's a reason why I set the thumbnail out there. Right? And if you try to mash up JLP thumbnail like that, as it relates to their achievement, now Jamaica, I am feeling proud that the next clip that we are going to move to is going to show you People's National Party through the process of democratic socialism, coming from Norman Manley to Michael Manley to PJ Patterson to Portia Simpson, right? To Peter Phillips, to Mark Golding. We know the history now. Yeah, we're quite adept when it comes to our history. And show you the contributions that we have done. And anyone who wants to compare the Jamaica Labour Party with that, you see how small, you understand, of input that they have done. I am not saying that the Jamaica Labour Party has not done anything, but it's small in comparison to the People's National Party. So let us go and now proudly show the people why you need to stay on track, right? And vote for PNP this time around. And some of the reason why people go against the People's National Party, because you didn't have people on social media, right, explaining what the People's National Party was doing and the sacrifice what the People's National Party asked them to do in terms of the wage freeze that now Andrew Holness have it on a campaign and want to win political points, but it go against his throat. Because he just admitted that it is the People's National Party who deal with the wage freeze. They did not deal with that. They did not deal with fiscal discipline. Right? To get rid of the IMF. Right? And to now have what we call surplus that build from that. right? And now, what they're doing now with the money, taking the money and pay themselves 200 and 300% increase. You think we ain't going to catch you? We know you're a boss for yourself, you know. Yeah, we know you ain't going to boss for yourself because you're lied. You understand? You're lied, and we know you're going to boss for yourself and see that you're boss for yourself. You understand? You make the people them know, say, yeah, how we deal with the physical discipline. How we deal with the wage freeze to fix Jamaica after Bruce Golding sell out everything, divest everything, and mash up the economy. And where the IMF turn them back, and Bruce Golding, the documentation is there to show. After Bruce Golding wrecked the economy, the IMF turned them back against Bruce Golding. When Mama Portia come in, what Mama Portia and Peter Phillips have to do? You understand? Have to get on top of their diplomatic game, try to build back the relationship with IMF. Because, of course, Bruce Golding damaged that relationship. The document is there to show. And where PJ and where the IMF, after Portia dealing with the IMF, 8 consecutive tests, the People's National Party passed. And which IMF said record performance. And while Portia Simpson was achieving that, what Andrew Holness propaganda media was doing, talking about, oh, they're not doing anything, and IMF said, shut up your mouth. Cut their life for the people then. IMF said, shut up your mouth. The People's National Party had done well and put the country back on their economic spreadsheet. You understand? Show no, the same lie I use right now, you know, the same lie I use again. The same lie I use again, but me there this morning phone. It's straighten on out. All right.
Okay, one sec. Editing. If you're there, I'm sorry about what just happened. Truck Life Editing is actually supporting us. So please don't hide editing again or
all right.
block editing. Editing has been with us for a while. Editing is supporting us. So I just unhid editing. I realized editing got hidden. So I just unhid editing with the siblings. So I hope.
All right, editing. That was
sorry about that.
Yeah, that was an accident, so to speak. All right. So let us look, right, on all the achievement, right, where the people want to see it now, right, and show that most of the social programs, right, that Jamaica have today, right, came out of the People's National Party. And that was one of the reasons why PJ Patterson got 18 years. So Andrew is not talking about why the reason PJ Patterson got 18 years. In what I'm going to show you is going to show you the reason why. Right? PJ Patterson got 18 years. And by standard, Jamaica is really a PNP country as it relates to democratic socialism. The only time that the People's National Party lose an election is when the people, the comrades fail to vote. But if the comrades step out today, if the comrades decide to tear back Jamaica, if the comrades decide to go on the track, right, of economic development, go on the track of nation building, there's nothing can stop us. But it is the comrade who have to definitely have an understanding. I know as it relates to, you know, why some people fed up, right? Because they didn't have a social media who used to go through and show you the documents and show you, said, no, right, the opinion that you have, right, is wrong. This is the reason why, right, you have gotten the, you have gone through the period of wage freeze. Jamaica Labour Party is not going to tell you that. Jamaica Labour Party is not going to say that to you and tell you the reason why Jamaica has gone through the wage freeze was the effort that you want to stay on physical discipline, right, to pay down the debt, and strengthen our economy as it relates to more production. But it's the tag and war politics that the Jamaica Labour Party, right, will tell the lies, create the propaganda, because they want to win. They want to go in there to deal with their corruption. Yes, they want to go in there and they want to deal with the corruption, and they are so blatant enough that they can share the sort of political rotten culture in Parliament and telling people that they don't need to give these people a job because this person, you understand, is a PNP person. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like a dog flea like Warmington would have done something like that because he believed that is the way to go, right? He don't see, you understand, Jamaicans for Jamaicans, right? He see Jamaica through his green color and partisanry. That's how he see Jamaica, right? If you're not labor right enough to get anything, no matter if you're brilliant or you have the proficiency for the job and you have the capacity for the job, no, you are not to put there because you are not labor right. Look at that mentality. That mentality is rotten to the core. That is what you call back-a-war mentality. And yet, people, you have people who the march out to go vote for Warmington. That is what we call self-inflicted wound. To have a man like this, and you going out there for him to say what he said in Parliament, and telling you that if you are not GLP, you are not to put into a position that you are capable for. My God, that has been communicated in Parliament by this man. And to show you the ghetto mentality, the partisanry. And many people today living out to vote for a mentality like that. In Jamaica, we have to wake up. We have to wake up. Right, Georgia Plummet, the same Andrew Holness who locked down Jamaica people in COVID time, but allow the foreigners on board to come to Jamaica and enjoy themselves on our island during COVID time. But yet, the Jamaican people, yeah, because they want to lock us down, right? Without any further ado, let me proud display, right, what being offered as it relates to the People's National Party build most of the social programs. And when you see them today, a lot of people are going to surprise. And I hope that this also will change your mind and strengthen your vote towards People's National Party. Without any further ado, let us play that 100 reasons to vote for PNP.
Okay. Happy Monday again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And remember, out to the people, it is D-Day, and people are out exercising their constitutional right.
All right. Let us lift up that. If we can put it to 200%.
200% makes it smaller.
Okay.
Tried it on Friday and it made it smaller.
All right.
Let me just see. Hold on, guys. Let me just figure out how to. Let me just see here. One second. I think
200% make it smaller. You go on the menus and see if it can get bigger there. Simple.
Get bigger for you, but
okay.
So leave it at 100 then. You can see it. Bring it to 90.
You can see.
All right. Try.
Okay.
50 is the most.
All right.
Can you see it?
Yes. So this is,
Let's who you
remove that.
who you want.
We started with first Norman Monday. All right. So let us start with the foundation of the People's National Party. Right, the founder for democratic socialism, the right excellent Norman Washington Manley. At the birth of the People's National Party in the 1938, the founding president Norman Washington Manley declared the People's National Party is called the People's National Party because it will unswervingly aim at all those measures which serve the masses of the country. It is called national because it is pledged to the development of the national spirit. Under the leadership of all four party presidents, the People's National Party has carried out policies and programs consistent with this commitment. Number one, Norman Manley and the PNP were the architects of the 1944 Constitution that brought universal adult suffrage to Jamaica, giving every adult the right to vote. Number two, 1949, the PNP launched the Plan for Progress, which became the blueprint for Jamaica's economic development, making us one of the leading developing nations in the world. You hear that, Terry Langton? You hear that? Norman Manley and the PNP in 1953 introduced the ministerial system of government in Jamaica, which led the way for constitutional advancement. It was the advocacy of the PNP in 1959 which led to Jamaica achieving internal self-government. Number five, Norman Manley and PNP demanded and negotiated Jamaica's independence, not Jamaica Labour Party. Not Jamaica Labour Party. People, this is significant. Number five, for who want to go against People's National Party. What number five said? Norman Manley and the PNP demanded and negotiated Jamaica's independence. Make the world know that. Make Labour right know that. For 7.5 years, 1955 to 1962, Norman Manley and the PNP shepherded an unprecedented expansion of the Jamaica economy. The annual average growth rate during the administration was some 6%, and in fiscal year 1956-57, the economy grew by 14.1%, established a record. People that read over that. No Jamaica Labour Party has ever in the history of Jamaica has ever gained economic growth like this. People, let us spread this good news. Let us spread this good news to the world so that the world can hear, so that JLP can know this, so that Tongue can hear this. Let me read over number 6. For 7.5 years, thank God for Jesus, 1955 to 1962, Norman Manley and the PNP shepherded an unprecedented expansion of the Jamaican economy. The annual average growth rating during the administration was some 6%. And in the fiscal year 1956-1957, the economy grew by 14.1%, established a record. Andrew Walnut, you will never in your history achieve that. You will never, Andrew, achieve that. People's National Party are proud for Jamaican people to vote for the People's National Party. This is why we talk about economic growth, record growth. The country grew by 14.1%. You don't know that. You don't never want to talk this. That's why we depend on social media. Mystic sensation, you come over here, you get the living fire, you get the living truth. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Now let us move on. That is not much or surpassed by any administration since then. The truth. In 1955, the establishment of the Central Planning Unit, now Planning Institute of Jamaica, marked the beginning of the planned economic and social development in Jamaica. In 1957, PNP administration introduced Jamaica's first 10-year development plan. 9. The Beach Control Law in 1955 gave all Jamaicans right of access to our beaches. Oh, Jesus. I have to read back over this. Because here now that the PNP was fundamental in this. And so then now we have to dig for this. The Beach Control Law of 1955 gave all Jamaicans right of access to our beaches. You know what? This is now go. Let's send me pass some more research now. You know. The number 10, the Norman Manley administration introduced the Watershed Protection Act to preserve the environment and protect our water resources. The Scientific Research Council was established. Number 12, the 1956 Industrial Incentive Law facilitated growth of the manufacturing sector. You see, we have the history over here. You think it's done yet? 13, a Small Business Loan Board was established to promote small business development. 14, the Bank of Jamaica Act was passed in 1960 and the bank began operation in 1961. 15, the Export Industries Encouragement Law 1956 provided additional incentive for export. The Facilities for Titles Law introduced in 1955 made it possible for thousands of small farmers to obtain land titles without going through the traditional expensive and laborious application process. You know, hear that, farmers? Big up PNP, hard farmer. You know, big up PNP and vote for PNP. Let me get back to the document here. Because it is so sweet. Click on this. Right. A little interruption there. So our JP spirit of follow me for man. Leave me alone. 17. The Land Bonds Law 1955 allowed the start of land reform in Jamaica by granting the government access to idle lands in exchange for bonds. 18. During the Norman Manley administration, tourism experienced its first golden age with the establishment of the Jamaica Tourist Board. So no JP do it. It's PNP. All right. The expansion of both major airports and the opening and development of Negril as a tourist resort town. The expansion of the major airports. You understand that now divested by GLP. A new agreement negotiated with the backside companies increased the royalties they pay Jamaican by 400%, thereby boosting the country's revenue. Oh, so what are they? Michael Manley get this from Daddy Manley. We never know if Daddy Manley do this. Oh my goodness, people. To our next information here, 19. A new agreement negotiated with the backside companies increased the royalties they pay Jamaica by 400%, thereby boosting the country's revenue. People, let me tell you the secret what I want to know. Nigel Clark, zero the levy. Nigel Clark, zero the levy. Right, Norman Manley and Michael Manley increase the levy. GLP, zero the levy and put their money in the pocket so people don't want to vote for them. Look at them, go vote for them now. Yeah? vote for them, Jamaicans are going to death, the hungry. They are going to lose their lands. You remember me tell you, and the Maroons, make me want to know. If any Maroons vote for Jamaica Labour Party, remember me tell you, the Cockpit Mountain is in threat. You understand where Andrew Owen is concerned? Later I'm going to show you that. Later I'm going to show you the evidence. 20. The Norman Manley administration introduced the common entrance examination in 1957 because of their deep concern that a large number of children of poor parents who were unable to pay fees should be afforded the opportunity of a good grammar school education with the fees being paid by the government, and the government do that. You understand? Giving free education to people, PNP do that, not JP. Initially, 2,000 students annually were given fully paid access to high schools, increasing enrollment from 11,600 in 1957 to 19,236 in 1962. And listen, we don't want to vote against PNP. People who don't want to vote against PNP, only thing said Jamaica Labour Party go show on this. 21. The 1957 education reform also included the establishment of the College of Arts, Science and Technology, CARS, now the University of Technology, PNP do that. Kingston Technical School and the Practical Training Center of Dental and Wormwood were converted to the Technical High School, right, to feed into CARS, PNP do that. The Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation, JBC, was established in 1959. What Andrew Holness now put on an office and try to control it and try to manipulate. A PNP do that. Let it go. A PNP do that and feel something. And you go up like a feel something. 26. Establishment of government bond casting service, which created a government information service. Now the Jamaica Information Service, as well as the school broadcasting service, which broadcast the school curriculum via radio. Work on the National Stadium started in 1955 and was completed for the independence celebration in August 1962. PNP did that. In 1959, when the PNP celebrated its 21st anniversary, Norman Manley could justifiably claim it is our party that built the national movement that took Jamaica out of colonial matrix, that redeemed the soul of our people from the dead hand of our bondage, that liberated the energy and the will and the spirit that was swept us forward and onward and upward for the last 20 years. A PNP do that, Andrew Holness. We know you love that too, because you talk about that. Your mother and your father, Anna, for that. PNP do that. Under the Norman Manley led PNP administration, Jamaica and India became the first two countries in the British Empire to cut trade links with the racist apartheid regime in South Africa. We're not afraid to turn up for truths and rights and justice. We defend our black people anywhere and anywhere at any time. We don't sell them out like the Jamaica Labour Party. We don't sell out to capitalism. In summary, the Norman Manley administration created institutions on which modern Jamaica has been built, and in the process made Jamaica a leader in the developing world. Now, like father, like son, and like we talk about father and son, and like Mark Golden father comes to the son, it will show you signs of good governance. Just what the father do over here up on the left. Make him go up on the right, where Michael Manley do now a bigger judgment, you know. So Jamaica Labour Party, you know, build Jamaica. You know, talk about, you know, this, you know, that, you know, build Jamaica. Which part I want to build? Hold on. I can move it when I'm talking to people. I'm talking to people. Jamaica, right now I feel sweet and feel proud. Yeah, I am a democratic socialist. I'm proud to say, right? And so then when we see the seeds of social programs that developed by the People's National Party, giving us more than thousands of reasons to vote PNP, there shouldn't be any form of itch, shouldn't be any hesitation. Remember, I'm going to touch Michael Manley later now. That's a father, me just a touch for me. You understand? But I talk to the people in my bit. To know, right, that the social strength being developed from the father Norman Manley and the baton pass on to the son Michael Manley to build and extend on democratic socialism. My chest rise high and feel proud to say we are comrade and proud to be comrade of the social development of Jamaica nation building. We no broke it down. We no dip we hand in the treasury. None of the comrades have gone to prison. Millicent, when we voted today and in the general election, we need to see manifesto and the mission and what is implemented so we know what we are voting for. What a beauty, pay intelligent people over so. And yes, PNP has drew up a manifesto, so that's good. Yeah, we're good on that, right? Mark Golden good in terms of legislations, and well, you see what I'm talking about. So when we're talking and showing, I am totally in agreement with you, Millicent Spence. So time come for all of us to have say in our country, yes. So right now, people should be running to vote, right? For People's National Party who build this. We're not going to break it down. We build it. Now, let us move to Michael Manley and give them, you understand, where the button has passed on from the father to the son, and where the son, respect for victory, victory, victory in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I claim it done in Jesus' name. Many of Jamaican people never know this history. And so me hold you understand, they provide the history, the templates, and I give it to you. That means you know what to vote. Now, we could go in a Michael Manley now. We are going to Michael Manley now and show you how Michael Manley extend, you understand, with democratic socialism. All right. Okay.
Can you see it?
You can see it. Can we? Yeah. Scroll up. Because yeah. Can scroll up? Okay, that's good. Okay. Oh, I'm going to read this one. Oh. Okay, scroll. Touch it like, okay.
Yeah, go bring it up and then expand it. Bring it up first.
All right.
So scroll up.
So it expand.
Yes. Yeah, expand it for it. You did.
Okay, it's scrolling. Okay, all right. Yes.
There you go.
Let us go to where the button has passed on and giving persons on the route to vote. For all those who put the X beside the head, a big thank you from Mystic Sensation. All who en route to go and vote, please vote for the People's National Party as a result of its history of achievement. The most honorable Michael Norman Manley, party president, 1969 to 1992, prime minister, 1972 to, oh this go across. All right. Yeah, 1980, from 1972 to 1980 and 1989 to 1992. All right, let us go now. Comrade Michael Manley will always be remembered as Jamaica's most passionate and unrelenting campaigner for social justice. The Jamaican workers will always remember Michael Manley and the PNP for the body of legislation. Wait, read it aloud. Let me fix it.
Okay, so number 28 accomplishment under that is continuing from father to what the son has done. The abolition of the master and servant law to establish and protect the rights of workers. That's number 28. 29, the Status of Children Act replaced the archaic Bastardry Act, giving legal rights to children born to unmarried parents. The maternity leave law, which granted paid leave to new mothers. Employment Equal Pay for Men and Women Act became effective in 1975. Free education, the abolition of tuition fees in secondary schools. Also, the establishment of the Jamaica Movement for Adult Literacy, which is JAMAL, now Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning. 34, the G.C. Foster College of Physical Education was built to train sports professionals. 35, creation of the Cultural Training Center, now Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Elim Agricultural School started, which is now renamed the Sydney Pagan Agricultural School. Access to education was significantly expanded by increasing the number of institutions as follows, and that's number 37. And built 93 infant schools, 67 primary schools, 44 new secondary schools, and 4 community colleges. Under community colleges, it's established Montego Bay, Brownstown, Knox, and Excelsior Community College. The establishment of the National Housing Trust, the establishment of the Sites and Services Housing Project to accelerate the construction of low-income houses, significantly expanded the land reform program to provide increased access to land and boost agricultural production. 41, the Rural Electrification Program, which was created with the wiring of some 30,000 homes, benefiting 270,000 Jamaicans, for which my father was a part of. The Special Employment Program was created to provide employment, which is 11,500 jobs for the large pool of unskilled workers. 43, an additional 7,000 jobs were created under the Youth Employment Program. And 44, the Employee Share Ownership Program. Michael Manley will always be remembered as Jamaica's most passionate and unrelenting campaigner for social justice. Right, to the next page. I'm going to continue to talk first.
All right. So, bring it up. And then drag it.
Drag it, yeah.
All right.
We got to continue.
All right. Continue with Michael Manley, right? Gave workers a greater stake through ownership in business. Opportunities were created for small and medium-sized businesses to expand through programs such as the Micro Investment Development Agency. The Rent Restriction Act was passed, reducing the power of landlords to arbitrarily raise rent for tenants. The establishment of the National Commercial Bank, formerly Barclays Bank, right? The establishment of Jamaica Bauxite Institute. The bauxite levy was introduced to finance the national development. Creation of the Office of Disaster Preparedness, now the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. The creation of the Integrity Commission. All right. The establishment of the Kingston Export Free Zone. The establishment of Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica. The establishment, all right, the establishment of Kingston Export Free Zone. The establishment of the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, the establishment of Jamaica Merchant Marine Limited, the Bureau of Women's Affairs was created to address issues critical to women. Women Center Foundation of Jamaica established to help teenage mothers. Let us go back up here. The Jamaica Maritime Institute was established. Over 100 community enterprise organizations were created to mobilize entrepreneurship at the community level. National Youth Service was formed to create a cadre of patriotic young Jamaicans for national development. More than 1,000 community health aides were recruited and deployed across Jamaica. Many community health centers were built to facilitate primary health care delivery. Maternity centers built to provide prenatal care to expectant and lactating mothers at Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Lucy Anova, Black River, St. Elizabeth, Portmore, St. Thomas, Pier Prospect, Portland, Dias Anova, Chester Castle Anova, expansion of Victoria Jubilee Hospital. 67 intensive care units built at Kingston Public Hospital, Bustamante Children's Hospital, and University Hospital. New Nurses Training Center built at Cornwall Regional Hospital. Electoral Advisory Committee created in 1979. The Ombudsman Act passed in Parliament. It Andrew will to mash up now. You don't know why I want to do it. Creation of the National Gallery of Jamaica. Michael Manley Award the United Nations Medal for the fight against apartheid. All right. Before we go to okay. Continue. 92 unemployment reduced substantially, reaching a record low of 9.6% in 2006. 64 schools built and refurbished, including 70 new basic, primary, and high schools in Western Jamaica. National Youth Service reintroduced in 1994, providing free textbooks in schools at a cost of $3.3 billion. Early Childhood Commission established the establishment of the National Council on Education. Poverty Eradication Program reduced poverty to 9% in 2006 from 30% in 1989. Look at that. Introduced the Poverty Alleviation through Health and Education Path Program. Significant growth in the National Insurance Fund generated a larger pool of funds for the provision of social security benefits and assist in reducing poverty. Under the National Insurance Scheme, the NI Good Health Plan was established to provide health services to pensioners. The establishment of the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, the establishment of the National Health Fund, the Drug for Elderly Program introduced. Some 50 new ambulances were commissioned into service for the health sector. Hospital built and upgrade Maypen, Mandeville, Anthony Bay, Anatole Bay, Sentence Bay, Black River, KPH, Bellevue, Cornwall Regional, Falmouth Regional Health Authorities established to improve management of our healthcare system. Right? Now, 119 created National Commission on Science and Technology in 1993, accelerate national development, the establishment of the culture, health, arts, sports, and education, major housing expansion, and this is where Michael Manley passion is. People may have to stop right there. So 121 major housing expansion resulted in some 150,000 houses being built in 18 years up to 2000 through NHT through up to 2007, right? Through NHT, joint ventures with private developers, relocation 2000, Operation Pride, indigent housing program, sugar sector housing, inner city housing, and imagine people, imagine Andrew Wallace and Nigel Clark take the NHT money and go give to Dexim, but give to George Neal, where United States, Canada, and the UK flag as a result of corruption. Take money, $650 million worth of it. Right? Can you imagine, my people? And this is what Jamaica Labour Party always do. Right? Try to wreck our country. The establishment of the National Housing Development Corporation, land ownership expanded through land titling Operation Pride, emancipation land projects, the establishment of National Solid Waste Management Authority, through the liberalization of the motor vehicle import policy. Ordinary Jamaicans were now able to own a motor vehicle. You hear that, people? The establishment of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, the new transport centers built at Halfway Tree and in Montego Bay, the establishment of the National Work Agency, the establishment of the Postal Corporation of Jamaica. Yes.
Which number you reach?
Okay, we finish here, so go some more. Yeah. Okay, the establishment of Jamaica. Yeah.
Okay, so number 126, sorry guys, this throat is tired, so I'm just gonna continue for him to rest this throat a bit. So 126, the establishment of the Jamaican Urban Transit Company Limited, new transport centers built at Halfway Tree and in Montego Bay, the establishment of the National Works Agency, the establishment of the Postal Corporation of Jamaica. National Contracts Commission was established at number 130. 131, Office of the Public Defender was created. Then 132, Office of Professional Responsibility, the Bureau of Special Investigations, and the Police Public Complaints Authority was set up to monitor and investigate alleged police excesses. Established the Corruption Prevention Commission, implemented the Possibilities Program with a care center and a skill employment center for children and youth living and working in the streets. Expanded gender equity and enhanced family life through legislation such as Domestic Violence Act of 1966, Property, that is Rights of Spouses Act of 2003, Child Care and Protection Act 2004, and legislation dealing with early childhood education and security of daycare centers in 2005. Created Emancipation Park for recreation and entrepreneurial activities such as markets, physical activities for children, walking or jogging, cultural and art activities, and community events. It implemented the $2.5 billion Lift Up Jamaica Community Improvement Program, that's number 137. And you can see Highway 2000 is also being highlighted there.
Before we do portion, let me talk to people.
Okay.
So, people, before I venture into portion, right, I want to speak to you as it relates to Andrew Holness being a political con artist and always telling lies, right? So we want to know, just show the history, right? And show what reflects the truth. We have heard Andrew Holness on the campaign trail telling vicious lies that 18 years of the People's National Party in power, that they have done nothing. That 18 years nothing being achieved. But you have seen clearly tonight that we explain and show you the evidence of over 137 social projects that PJ Patterson had done. Now, for any GLP vloggers who want to run out with something in comparison to what I am showing, to give to their people the right to vote for them, then free to show it, because you have nothing to show like what I am showing and the evidence like what I am presenting. So then we have more than 1,000 reasons for the people today going to the polls. Vote for People's National Party. Aaron Grant, Siaga said there can be no free education. Right? Errol Grant, that's why civics was taken out of school, because they don't want us to know the truth. So let us now move to Portia. Right? Because that's why we stop them from wanting to claim the highway. If we on social media wasn't showing the evidence that they cannot claim the highway because the highway is People's National Party, they would have claimed it, because they started to do it already. Andrew Horner showed a photograph of him standing on the highway, owning the highway. A despicable political fanatic. Lie to your face. Lie to your face. And so then let us show them now what Portia Simpson had achieved. Millicent, very good lesson, Mystic Sensation family. Bless up, Millicent. Let us show them now what Portia Simpson had achieved. So when Andrew Horner is talking about 2 PNP administration deal with wage freeze, let us show how the 2 PNP administration work to bring back the economy on track. Because if they didn't do that, they would have yum with supper. So without any hesitation, let us go to Mama Portia and show what Mama Portia had done. Let us get back to it.
Okay. You just share that document again.
Yeah. Let us show them what the PNP leaders had worked to and what they had achieved. Yes.
Okay, so this is under Portia administration. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is presiding over the greatest and most profound reform of the Jamaican economy in what is acknowledged as the...
Hold on, stop there, honey. This is too sweet. I can't make you read this. These steaks are too big and sweet.
Help yourself.
Let me drink some water and read this.
You want some more? You want water?
Yeah, get some more water. I can't make you read this. I have to deal with this. You know why I have to deal with this? Me here Terry long tongue on a campaign to talk how Jamaica Labour Party, you understand, deal with the strength of the economy. And no other party in the history of Jamaica might have that economic vibrance as it relates to policy from the Jamaica Labour Party. So Terry Langton can talk all the talk when I want to talk. What I need to do, like what I am doing, come show the history. Right? So what's this now, people? Let us read from the first introduction of Portia Simpson. We need to just run out about Mama Portia. Here it, people. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is presiding over the greatest and most profound reform of the Jamaican economy. So when IMF was saying it, that Portia Simpson passed 8 consecutive IMF tests, and the IMF set Portia Simpson-led government to be the pioneer, the profound reformer of the Jamaica economy. What it is saying that it is Portia Simpson-led government, regardless of what Bruce Golding had done with the economy, reshape the economy, strengthen the economy, put vibrancy in the economy. We don't know if shot Terry Langton went there. You never read this Terry Langton. In what is acknowledged as the most challenging period in Jamaica modern history, right after Andrew only after at the most challenging period in Jamaica modern history, right? Under her watch, Jamaica management of its national debt, and this is after Bruce Golding wrecked it. Now people see it here, people. We are not lining on a mystic sensation, right? It's in people. It's a history that's been recorded. It is so sweet, people. PLP leadership is so sweet, people. That this right now baptized me, I have to read it over again. I know it's not found our bets, but I read it over again. I no business with them. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller is presiding over the greatest and most profound reform of the Jamaican economy in what is acknowledged as the most challenging period in Jamaican modern history. In never say Andrew Wallace. Take for yourself, fired. Under her watch, Jamaica's management of its national debt has improved. Let me read back over that. Let me hear silence. Under her watch, Jamaica's management of its national debt has improved. So who they go to the poll? Who they go to the poll? I want to remember this. All major economic indicators are showing positive signs. While social programs have been expanded to protect the most vulnerable groups in the society, Mama Portia will love you. When she took office, my people, Jamaica was close to the brink of bankruptcy. Stitya, me not lie. Bruce Golding wrecked the economy, sell out one for sell out. Under the JLP administration 2007, see quoted your people. See quoted your so mystic sensation not tell no life and no batting. Maybe come back over and read it. Me no business on one. When she took office, Jamaica was close to the brink of bankruptcy. Under the JLP administration 2007 to 2011, there had been 11 consecutive quarters of negative growth. People want to see it there. And now they might talk about positive growth. Unemployment to 4.5. Listen to me. I wonder if they must see this. I wonder if Jamaican people want to see this. You know? Who no vote already for know which of them vote for going. Let me read it over. I'm not business on once. When she took office, Jamaica was close to the brink of bankruptcy. Under the JLP administration 2007 to 2011, there had been 11 consecutive quarters of negative growth. The country's debt ballooned from 945 billion to 1.7 trillion. The debt to GDP ratio had also climbed to 145%. I mean, here Andrew wanted to talk about how debt was this, and he managed to carry down this, and managed to carry down that. The only thing you carry down is the Integrity Commission. Integrity you want to carry down. Translated to each Jamaican man and woman and child owing some 600 million. The JLP administration had signed a 27-month standby agreement with the IMF in 2010 and did not fulfill the commitments they made on behalf of the country, with the Jamaica unilateral aborting the standby agreement with the IMF. The country lost the trust and respect of the international financial community. Now we see how much time now the Jamaica Labour Party, they run by the IMF. Who clear it up from it run by the IMF? Why not tell the people them that? Why you not tell the truth? Who set the method straight? When see them in the document, when Bruce Golding wrecky, and who string it up that no, Nigel Clark can go at IMF now, go borrow. And when you say support, who is a wicked and bad man and corrupted people. You understand? Now say thanks. When we tell us that Portia Simpson carried out a corridor of success for no, see the evidence here. Since taking office in 2012, the Portia Simpson Miller administration has begun to restore economic stability and Jamaica's international credibility. This has been achieved with the support and partnership between the government and of the people of Jamaica. So when Andrew wants to run out on him campaign and I talk about PNP deal with wage freeze and GLP deal with wage increase, you're right. You're right. PNP deal with wage freeze, physical discipline to strengthen back the economy. You understand? And you deal with wage increase, we give yourself 200 and 300% increase. So you're right. I want the people that listen to you to the backside and buy you for good. We say when the JPP, when the electorate done with you, you shouldn't left back in the opposing party. You shouldn't be the opposing party. I should have one next third party becomes the opposition. When Jamaican people knowing all of this information, you shouldn't be in opposition. The Jamaican Labour Party should not be in opposition. Honestly, I would prefer to put in the UIC in opposition or next party. Jamaican Labour Party. You don't be in opposition now where you have to take yourself out of the political space. Let us give an overview. Let us give an overview. 130. Jamaica quickly regained confidence of the international community and signed an extended fund facility with the IMF in 2030. Now we're there. Mama Portia fixed that war. Jamaica has since passed 10 consecutive quarterly reviews by the International Monetary Fund. You can't say anything about this, because IMF different way. And when you have shut up your mouth and a rare IMF, tell us, shut up your mouth. 140, by passing the IMF quarterly reviews, Jamaica has been able to re-enter global capital market and secure the lowest interest rate ever. So when time Bruce Golding locked down the economy, you understand? Locked down the economy. Right? And when United States give him information, and after the United States give him information, he go tell the criminal, you know, say, a criminal. I think you have to think about that. 141, the economy has returned to growth with projections for increased growth over the next fiscal year for all who want to collect $5,000 and $10,000 and $15,000 and send us back in slavery. You understand? Me not going into it, we don't know, you know. Me no in it, we don't know, you know. 142, Jamaica has also become increasingly attractive to both local and foreign investors. Business confidence is high. You never say Andrew want to do that, you know. Okay. You never say Andrew want to do that. 144, the business climate continues to improve as measured every year by the World Bank Global Report on the ease of doing business. The debt to GDP ratio has been reduced from 145% to 126%, with a plan for further reduction to 120%. So when Andrew wants to run out, the platform was set. So when the Lion, they run out, when the Canatis run out, when the SSL governor they run out, and the statutory declaration HIDA, they run out. And when the person who can't verify his wealth run out, make him understand that the debt to GDP ratio has been reduced from 145% to 126%, with a planned further reduction to 120% by the end of the current fiscal year. But you never give Mama Portia the chance. You understand? Jamaica must regret this. Must regret this and show them an example. You understand? We want to take the local and give you a landslide fiery beating in the general. You know wait. If we take the local government election, no one now go exist. You understand? We stand to the general election because most of you are going to be in prison. Make no one know from now. 146, our net international reserve have increased to US 2.4 billion in 2015. Right? 147, inflation has been significantly reduced from 9.5% in 2013 to 4%. Where inflation now today? Where inflation now today? 6.8% and rising under Andrew Wallace because of the corruption. The lowest rate in 48 years. The lowest rate in what? 48 years. But GLP can't get them an achievement from. GLP can't find them an achievement in their history. Jamaica is ranked 64 out of 146 nations in the 2014 Forbes Best Countries for Business Report. You hear that Terry Langton? You Terry Langton and you may attack. You Terry Langton and you may attack. It seems like Patrick Bailey whispering in your ears too much. 149, Forbes magazine ranks Jamaica as the best country in the Caribbean in which to do business. Administration continued promotion to brand Jamaica is a major contribution factor to the growth of Jamaica tourism product. So when Puppy Chad run up like, you understand, I him now out of him brain, you understand him I do excellent policies and measures for tourism. That I already said. Let me read it over to you, Puppy Jaw. You, Puppy Jaw, let me talk to you. 150, administration continued promotion of brand Jamaica is a major contributing factor to the growth of Jamaica tourism products. So we don't need a Puppy Jaw. Policy, a blueprint here for that. Even in the challenging economic environment, the administration has always fought to protect the poor and the most vulnerable by increased public spending in critical social services. GLP reduced all of that. Right? See one man have suffered with it and we shall got to eat off of it because all of the social program missing. Payment to part beneficiaries have been increased. This level of investment in social programming is unique in the history of the IMF programs. We have implemented the Jamaica Emergency Employment Program, JEEP, which today has provided direct income for more than 60,000 Jamaicans and created vital infrastructure at an approximate cost of 9 billion. 155, increased investment in education and training are laying in the foundation for more highly trained and better educated labor force. JLP no believe in that. Then get rural read to mash down the education sector. Then get rural read as it relates to allegation for wrap up when for wrap up. So who cares about our education? So if you don't want to make a vote for Jamaica Labour Party, it's a vote for rural read. So you can go and go vote for rural read this morning. When you go and go vote for rural read. Right? No. Think you done yet? Okay. 156 major housing programs have been undertaken, including inner city housing and sugar workers housing programs. The visit of major world leaders, including the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, Prime Minister of Britain, David Cameron, and the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, in 2015 alone are major indicators of the strengthening of Jamaica relationship with the international community. I wish I gave a right ago. I want to them. I want to take them. Yeah? No, that's why they are trying to. No, that's why PNP have to put out their manifesto late. Because if they don't put you out late, Papa, but they tell you that GLP going on it, manipulate it, and thief it. You understand that? Sir? Okay. 158, Jamaica's ousting of the Caribbean Energy and Cooperation Agreement submit meeting in 2015 is an indication of the esteem in which Jamaica is held by members of the Caribbean and Latin American community. Now, let me tell you something, people, with this. Andrew Holness can't go back and China. in damaging relationship with Venezuela and gonna support Donald Trump. Gonna support Donald Trump. He can't come back here. After Mama Portia established good relationship with Venezuela and we get cheap oil, him, Andrew wanted to support Venezuela, support Donald Trump against Venezuela. As if Venezuela now kick him out, Him can't go back there, Okay, so let me see. But we vote about today. Our athletes, performing artists, writers, and scientists continue to excel on the international stage. 160 life expectancy, 73.1 years in Jamaica is at the same level as most developed countries. Jamaica continues to enjoy the reputation of being one of the world's stable democracies. I'm not so sure about now. Andrew did it. Take that away.
Okay. Finish with it.
Yeah, I'm talking to people. No. Well, people, but now we're part of the powers, because I come back later, And later we are going to monitor, right? All the counting coming in. So I want the people them to forward later. But when I give right now, you understand what the time now? 11:28. And so it is 1:28 in Jamaica. For people who don't vote yet, I hope you not listen to this now. Millicent Spence. The JLP is only good at erasing our history, securing lands for overseas investors, putting them first over the Jamaican people, enriching themselves, filling their pockets, right? Taxpayers, money, lies, PR stunt. Oh, Millicent, I'm telling you, 110%. So people, as you can see, right, the plethora of goodwill that PNP leaders have done, right? Solid social programs that serve us until now. So then, this is the reason why Mystic Sensation, right, is coming on, strengthening our people, right, to say you have more than 1,000 reasons to vote for People's National Party. Now, people, I have to save back some energy for later. I tell you now, later we are run out again. You understand? Because me make sure say I took the time off for today, right? And make sure say me spend the time, right, doing this, right, to make sure I provide solid information, right, to speak to our people. But let me tell you something, Jamaica. We're going to play a clip to show you that don't trust Andrew Olet in anything what he said. Right? Andrew Olet break down to his own rules. So everything that he's promising now, don't trust him. People want to look for that clip here. Now the rules state that persons are not to turn up in their party colors, right? And here the Prime Minister, who's supposed to set an example. Look on this clip, people. Look on this.
Hold on, guys. I don't share it. I'm just bringing it up.
Just look on this.
Great job. That's it, you guys. You're full.
I don't know why you reach down for a slipper.
How are you?
This is
You certified?
the 35.
That's
35 is here.
So guys, he's making a line.
No, it's a process. It's a process. And it's very important.
And I would glad to do it. Just to reinforce the process.
Yes, yes, very important.
Yes, show him that the process works.
Yes, it does.
And give him the ease that he needs. In other words, con him. Finding all those strange things that I'm offensive.
Yes,
Sir, how you feel standing beside the Prime Minister is lovely right this morning as a voter?
We cannot interview with the voter.
No, man.
All right, so we can go this way.
If you're allowed to vote, with or without your new ID, as long as you're on the list.
All right, so we go to 35.
Okay.
What's one picture maxi? Alright, guys, that's it, please. Alright, that's it, please. Please, one more, please. Alright, done. Please, just hold on for a second, please.
Ready? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now, my people, when you look on a simple, straightforward rule like what they had in terms of the processing of voting, and the Prime Minister, either one, that he forgot the policy, which you have to wonder now which are the Prime Minister in space there, or the Prime Minister number two, you understand, know the rules, you understand, and blatantly break it. You understand? But we know Andrew Honest is someone which part, you understand, go against constitutional norms. So it's just in our spirit, it's just in our blood. You understand? to always breaking the rules, right? Doing the wrong things. And that was a full display of why we should not trust this prime minister in terms of voting, putting the X beside the bell. Now, we are going to open the phone lines for those who want to call in for, you know, with chit chat few minutes, because we are coming back later, right, to make sure that we are carrying, right, from parish to parish, right, and see how that works, and we'll be tuning until it is over, right? So we will start at when? At what time?
No.
You have to tell the people.
We're going to have to put out another notification for a separate line. Barney cannot continue on this one. So I will send out the notification.
Okay. So shortly we will send out the notification as it relates to when we are coming back on later today to carry the coverage of the entire processing while the count is taking place, and we are getting, you know, from parish to parish updates. We will be doing that. So we'll be coming out back later. So, but the phone line open?
Yeah, the phone line's open. I just put the WhatsApp number in the chat. Oh, okay. I just put the WhatsApp number in the chat. Yep. So the WhatsApp number is in the chat. Let me just pin it as well.
All right.
If you want to call in, now is the time to do so.
So I mean,
it's open for a few minutes.
Yeah. So if no one is calling in, then we're going to take a break for now, and then we'll be returning later when it is going to be greater. All right. India, stay motivated, Marie. Blessed India. All right, so honey, I think that's it for today. All right. So over to you.
Okay, guys. So since no one is calling in, I guess we're leaving it for later. We are just gonna end this live, and then I will send out. Oh, Baron, do you know if they're allowing cameras in the counting halls? That is a very good question.
Very good question, and that would serve as checks and balance. But the truth be told, I don't know. Right? I could quickly
independent observers.
I could quickly call and find out. So we can get that information later. I can find out that by, you know, in terms of when I'm coming back on later to answer that. So I will find out that. All right.
Thank you, Chocolate, saying good job as always.
Thank you, Chocolate.
And,
all right.
Okay, Randy Blessed. I'll see you later with the victory. Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
And Cynthia B saying thanks, Mystic, well informed.
Thank you very much, Cynthia B.
Okay, guys. So thank you, Barbara Flinley. Welcome, welcome. Blessing is the sensation. Welcome to meeting. Welcome to the meeting of the GLP.
That sounds good.
Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, guys. So okay, editing. All right. Sorry about what happened earlier. Editing. It was an accident that happened. So I had put you back in because you were actually hidden. So so sorry for that. It was an accident.
All right.
She said, this man always insulting Jamaicans. I wonder if these people will lower themselves for care packages for one day. Look bad.
The world is watching.
Look, oh, the world is watching. Okay.
Well, anything later, we will find out what is happening, because we will covering that later. All right. So that's it.
Baron ripping the colors.
All right, of course.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. And have a wonderful rest of the couple hours that we will be
yes,
off. I know there's quite a number of persons who are on, so thank you so much for choosing to be with us today. We really, really appreciate it. So until later, stay blessed, and we will tune in back later. I will send out a notification regarding the time. We'll just have to find out a few things, and then I will do the notification, and you will know what time we're gonna be coming.
All right.
Juliet said, I there, if PNP doesn't win this local election, then I'm no protest. Okay, and I'm gonna have to send out another notification regarding the time, because we have to figure out closing of the polling stations and look on what has been, put out there in terms of updates and stuff so far, and try to put stuff together.
And we want to give you the best coverage, so we want to see which one of the mediums we will be streaming on as well.
Oh, saying the lines are closed. I'm trying to call, but it went to voicemail. So what happened there? Try it again, Monica. Sorry about that. I don't know. Let me just. Mine is open. Somebody called earlier. Oh, I must not have. Okay. All right, let me. Oh, this is a person that called earlier. That's no typing. All right, let me call her back. Calling you back, Monica.
Somebody address this.
So just accidentally got knocked down.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. You're on Mystic Sensation.
Yes. No, I was writing a text earlier. I'm on touching the call button, but but I did write a text regarding the Jamaica Labour Party should change the name, because they're bringing it into disrepute. Because when it originally started, it started in the 1920s, and it was funded by working class people. You understand? And Jamaica is bringing it into disrepute. That's all I wanted to say. I think I read it in a text and a press.
Okay.
By mistake.
Okay.
I like your program.
Thank you very much.
You've won a many. And I'm calling from UK, Manchester.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, bless up yourself from UK, Manchester.
All right, we appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
I think what happened, they were both calling in at the
Same time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it. All right. So what we are going to do, we are going to up out for now. And then, of course, we will prepare another notification in terms of when we are coming back on. Right.
All right. So, guys, until later.
All right.
Bless up.
Yes.